What's going on, Drinking Buddies? Brand new podcast coming right at you, but you know what we got to do first. We got to talk about those things that generate a little revenue, bring in the money. First and foremost, we are brought to you by the Patreon at patreon.com/MattSlayer. At time of recording, YouTube decided to demonetize me. So joining the Patreon is even more important than it's ever been. The loss of ad revenue while I appeal the suspension that was given to no strikes, no warning, is going to take months. Like, by YouTube's own metrics, it will take months to get my ad revenue back. So I need your support, Drinking Buddies. Please come to patreon.com/MattSlayer. Support the show for as little as $3 a month. Right now, running a promo code for 50% off your first month on the Patreon, just to get more Drinking Buddies involved. Need the revenue. Just how it is. And with the Patreon, you can get the audio versions ad-free, you can get the video versions ad-free, bonus content, all sorts of stuff. So come support the patreon.com/MattSlayer. We are also brought to you by our friends at bskyverified.social. Did you have a legacy checkmark on Twitter or IG? Are you of note? Are you worried about scammers taking advantage of your fans over on Blue Sky? Well, I have the answer for you. Come to bskyverified.social and apply to get verified today. bskyverified.social does a deliberate and very manual verification. Don't worry, they will never ask for any of your sensitive information like your government ID or your social. All they care about is being able to prove you are who you say you are and that you're of note. So go to bskyverified.social today and tell your audience, without having to navigate off the site, who you are. We are also brought to you by the merch store at anwd.net/merch. Pick up some merch, guys. I don't know what you've been waiting for. Pick yourself up a hat, a shirt. Tell the world you're a drinking buddy at anwd.net/merch. The easiest way you can support this show, though, is free. It's very easy. Signal boost. Tell your friends. Share social media posts. Come say nasty things in the comments. All of it helps. Go subscribe to the now currently demonetized YouTube channel. Eventually, it'll be monetized again, and that will be rad. But till then, come to the YouTube channel at youtube.com/andnowwedrink. All right, let's get on with it. My guest this week is the internationally known Octavia Red. This episode came about where Octavia and I ran into each other a little inebriated at an awards show. And holy shit, this episode was fun. Minus, Octavia being a little inappropriate at times. I had to tell her to relax. But it's fine. We're still cool. I hope you guys enjoy as much as I did making it. So sit back, relax, pop a cold one, and enjoy, Drinking Buddies. Thank you for coming in all the way from Vegas for this.
Thank you for having me here.
My absolute pleasure. I know we've talked about it on multiple occasions. I'm glad it came to fruition finally.
I know. Thank you for your patience.
Well, I mean,
I'm a hard cat to track down.
It's okay. It's okay. The show is here. You made it. You've stopped gallivanting around Europe for like 30 seconds to come grace us with your presence back here in the States.
Now I gotta make my money somehow.
Crime?
I can't talk about that on video.
I thought you were here to self-incriminate.
Not anymore.
Now that the audio's rolling.
Now that the audio's rolling.
See, when it was just in the video, which may end up as bonus content on Patreon if I'm feeling spicy. Octavia was sexually harassing me a little bit.
As one does.
Unfortunately. In the 400 plus episodes of this, it has happened once or twice.
I don't think he was too traumatized.
Wow. And you're just assuming that I'm traumatized or not? Wow. Wow.
I gotta fulfill my role here.
As a predator? Wow. Oh my God.
This escalated very quickly.
You started it. Was previously stated and caught on camera. You sexually harassed me. I didn't ask that. Are my gym shorts just appealing to you? Are you going to blame what I'm wearing right now? Is that how we're doing this?
Oh.
Is it because I'm showing some leg?
Yeah, a little ankle.
Yeah, a little pale ankle. I know. Okay.
You know?
Next time, floor-length pants. I promise you.
Damn it.
I will. The cuffs will be dragging on the ground as I...
Well, you better cover your wrists too. Yeah, so... Wrists and ankles.
Those are your things?
Yeah, well, I love vintage. I love the 1800s, and that's exactly what they were into. Them ankles.
What a horrible time to live. What a horrible... Could you imagine, hooking up with someone being like, oh, she's got sexy ankles, and then getting that hoop skirt off and being like, holy shit.
It was just the ankles.
Yeah. It's just like, oh God, she hasn't bathed in days, and...
To be fair, he hasn't either, so...
Fair.
I mean...
It's all perfume and hair.
That was a rough time for Europe.
Pretty sure that was a rough time for the whole world.
Interestingly enough, they were more hygienic in North America during those times. They found a lot of bathing... Sorry, didn't mean to touch that. Artifacts and shit like that. So it was mostly just Europe that was terrible.
They're like powdered wigs to deal with lice and...
Yeah, why bathe in this freezing ice water over here? I mean, honestly, if I lived in the UK, I would not want to get wet either. So, although that's not all of Europe. There's other parts of Europe that are way warmer.
Well, I feel like if you lived in the UK, you'd have no choice but to get wet occasionally. It does rain a lot.
It does rain a lot.
What were you doing in Europe, by the way, in modern times?
In modern times, it did not rain for me while I was there, actually, which I was kind of sad about. I went there because my birthday's on November 4th, so I went there a little earlier to go to Scotland for Halloween. And then I was in Scotland, and then I drove all the way to take a BART into Northern Ireland, went to Belfast, and then celebrated my birthday in Ireland.
Nice. Did you do any car bombing or?
No, I was only there for 8 hours, and
that's enough to set up a car bomb.
They're not really into it anymore.
Oh, I thought the troubles were coming back.
No. But it was really interesting because I didn't know that the wall is still up there. Like, they're still actually very, even though it's better, they're still very segregated from each other in certain ways. I thought that was kind of eye-opening to see that.
Well, that's honestly one of the biggest problems that Brexit came into is like, oh, whoops, the free passage between the EU zone and the UK going away. Shit.
Oops. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know what they were thinking with that. Yeah.
Propaganda.
Well, it seems like that's kind of the machine of all governmental worlds at this point is propaganda.
I think it always has been. It's just...
It has been, whether through social media these days and before it was religion. It's just taken form in a new beast.
Oh, we got both now. It's not just one or the other. We got both.
We got both, but I think what's interesting is I feel like we are not as religious as we used to be, and it feels like some people are filling that hole with politics. It's just very interesting to watch.
Oh, I wholeheartedly agree. Like,
yeah.
That's why you can't argue politics with a fanatic at all, because you cannot use logic to argue religion.
No, not at all. That's why there's people you can discuss with, and there's people you're only going to be able to argue with.
Oh, for sure.
And you can't waste your time on those people.
Well, and this is why I've been very public about being like, you shouldn't, make politicians into deities. They're civil servants. They're supposed to work for you.
Yeah. I think you lose a sense of your own value and a sense of protection of yourself and your family and your own community when you put these people on a pedestal, because these people don't give a fuck about you.
No, and they're supposed to represent you. That's why it's the House of Representatives. That's why they're only there for 2 years. They're only supposed to represent their community for a very limited time and then go back to their normal fucking lives. It's not supposed to be a career position for anybody.
No. Have they changed the terms?
No.
No, they haven't, have they? That's such bullshit.
Well, they write their own rules. So, hey, am I going to vote against my really good healthcare and my lifelong salary?
don't know. I'm not feeling very George Washington-ly about this.
No. Wooden teeth?
No, he's the one that capped his presidency at 2 years. They wanted him to run for a third, and he said no, and that's why we have the terms capped at 2 years now.
That didn't happen to way longer. FDR had 3 terms.
No, George Washington, not George Bush.
No,
What are you?
Well, no, I'm just saying, like, the actual constitutional amendment to make that actual law. It was
they
tradition.
Actually amended it in there. Okay, I'm sorry. I thought you got confused.
No.
I got confused.
No. Legitimately, like, FDR during World War II had 3 terms. He died in office during his 3rd term.
Yeah.
It wasn't until after that.
Well, my education's skewed because I'm pretty...
Well, you were homeschooled, right?
I was. That didn't turn out well, did it?
You wouldn't be here right now if you weren't homeschooled. Are you saying you're homeschooling?
I'm just fucking with you.
Good. She's just fucking with me, just sexually harassing me, fucking with me. I'm just gonna walk out of the show a shell of my former self.
That's what I aim for whenever I have conversations with people.
Just like, I'm gonna destroy that man. Just going to destroy him on camera.
That's why I'm in porn. I just want to destroy men.
Well, that's a clip. That's a clip right there.
Oh, you're clickbait. That's all you needed from me.
Yep. Good show. Thank you.
Oh,
how's the whiskey, by the way?
Good. You know, when I was in Scotland, I did some whiskey tastings, and not as much as I wanted to in Ireland, but I did a little over there. So I've grown an appreciation to whiskey.
Well, I do have some like good scotch on the bar if you'd like some scotch as well.
I will keep sipping on this for now.
Well, let me know.
Thank you.
So have you been to the UK before, or was this the first trip?
This was my first trip to Scotland and Ireland, but I have been to London before.
That's in England, right?
Yes. No, England's in London.
No, the English are in London.
The English are in London.
What made you decide to go to the UK for the birthday, Halloween, etc.?
Because I'm very Irish. My great-grandfather and my great-grandmother are from Ireland, so I wanted to see where I was from. So,
were they up in the northern region, or?
My great-grandmother was from Belfast, and my great-grandfather was from Dublin, and then they met in a blind date in LA.
So was one of them Catholic, one of them Protestant?
You know, funny enough, I think they were both Catholic, which is probably why they liked each other.
And probably why they had to leave.
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
Especially the Catholic up in Belfast.
Yeah. Dublin's fine.
Yeah.
But.
Geopolitical politics. Yay.
Woo.
Just what your fans came here for. They're like, wait, we're talking about constitutional amendments and geopolitical. Okay.
And history and lessons.
Well, that's wild. They're like, your grandparents emigrated from Ireland and ended up in LA.
Yeah. I don't know how that happened. Well, I should, but I don't remember.
Well, you weren't there.
No. And I was spacing out when my dad told me the story, you know.
Well, you can always ask him again.
No, I can't. He's dead. But
Ouija board?
I could try that. Ouija boards scare me, man.
Then again, if you're using a Ouija board, you could probably just ask your grandparents directly.
Yeah.
Just, like, cut out the middleman on that.
Where and why did you come here?
Yeah, why LA?
Why LA? Why not LA? I bet LA was a lot cooler back then, depending on the era of back then.
Well, how old were your grandparents?
I don't know. My parents are a bit older themselves. It's probably like 1920s is when they came around.
I mean, Hollywood was a thing.
Hollywood was a thing. The Prohibition was kind of ending a little after. Well, it was only around for about 10 years, right?
Right, but ended in the 30s.
It ended in the 30s, but it was still ending in the night. I think it was I don't know.
Well, that's also, but that's also how the Sunset Strip like got its infamy. Is a lot of like crime and bootleggers.
Yeah, my bathtub moonshine. Yeah, good times in LA.
Right, the best times, classic Hollywood.
Classic. It would have been cool to have been a fly on the wall in that era.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Society probably would have thrown stones at you if you jump in your current profession.
Well, you know, that's the interesting thing about being a woman. This is the best era for me to be alive in. So I would only want to be a fly on the wall in any of the past eras. As much as we romanticize and glamorize it, the truth is I am in the best era I can be right now.
Oh, 100%.
So.
Because, hell, in our parents' lifetime, in the 70s, a woman couldn't have a bank account on her own without her husband or father.
Yeah.
The fucking 70s.
It's crazy.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm not even positive it's been 100 years since we've had the right to vote. I don't think it's even 100.
Suffrage was...
I think 1950s.
No. Suffrage, women's... Well, okay. White women.
Well, yeah, that's a different story.
White women, I think women's suffrage... I can Google this.
I Googled this recently, but I cannot for the life of me remember dates of things.
The women's right to vote was August 18th, 1920. So it's been a little over 100 years.
1920 was women's rights.
Yep. Which is absolutely crazy.
And that's why everyone needed to start drinking again.
No. Prohibition is...
1930s.
Because it was and actually, honestly, women's suffrage is part of the reason prohibition got passed.
Well, yeah, because they were getting beat by their husbands for being fucking drunk all the time. That was a huge part of it.
Yep.
Yeah. Wow, history is
stupid.
Crazy.
It's just absolutely mind-boggling when everyone's just like, "Oh, we should bring back America to, a better time." It's like,
when?
Yeah.
And for who?
Well, I'm assuming the people that are saying that we should bring back America to those times would definitely benefit from how America once was.
Yeah. I think that, I don't know. I don't think that I want to think anymore about it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, let's not think about the horrible, horrible, times that our ancestors had to live in.
Yeah.
Let's think about our horrible modern times. With different horrors.
Different horrors.
Different horrors too, but
hors d'oeuvres.
Well, I hope they're
sound amazing.
I hope they're new hors d'oeuvres, because if they're from the 20s, I think they'd be inedible. Probably smell a little. Could you imagine just a cheese plate that had been floating around since 1920? Do you think how bad that would smell?
It'd be very green.
Yeah.
Very green.
And it might be a little black by now, like just full on.
Just.
Yeah. Just walk in the room. Just, oh. Yeah, don't want that.
No.
Don't want that.
No one likes that reaction.
No, that's never a good... I take that back. Someone's into that. Someone is.
People are into that. I can definitely verify that people are into that.
How do you know that?
No, I just wanted to say that.
Oh, see, I thought we were just going to have some amazing story. We're just like, by the way.
I just wanted to say that.
It's okay. People say sometimes things they just want to say on the show. It happens.
That's the point of the podcast, right? To talk and bullshit and stuff.
And stuff.
Definitely
and stuff.
With an emphasis on stuff. Well, Matt, now that I've brought you here, let me ask you some questions.
Oh, no.
So, how did you come up with your name?
It's my shitty high school nickname.
Really?
Yeah. I was the kid who wore Slayer shirts all the time.
I'm dead, because I had a joke that if you saw my blue shirt and were like, "Oh, I thought you were gonna wear red," I was gonna be like, "Well, I thought you were gonna wear a Slayer shirt." I was gonna say it right back at you. So I'm really happy that's why your name's Slayer.
It really is.
What was your favorite song by them?
I would probably say Chemical Warfare off of the Haunting the Chapel EP.
Ooh, okay.
You into metal at all?
I love metal. I do, but I'm really bad at names, so don't quiz me.
I was not going to do the cliche of, name 3 songs from that band shirt you're wearing, girl.
Oh, you're wearing Nirvana shirt? How many songs do you know?
No. The proper question on someone wearing a Nirvana shirt is, what gauge of shotgun did Kurt use?
The right one.
Well, I mean, it did get the job done.
That's so mean. Okay, well, next question for you, Mr. Slayer.
Yes,
what is your favorite position?
Well, let's see. My favorite position. CEO usually.
CEO, yeah. I mean, that is a great position to have, especially when you have a dick. So. Well,
not in this day and age. You might be hunted for sport.
Yeah.
Dude, I want to live life dangerously.
We got one over there in that LA apartment complex.
Or did you mean sexual? Why are you always making this about sex, Octavia? Why?
Why do you have to be so vanilla about it, Matt?
I'm not embarrassed about my sexuality.
Just loosen up a little.
I'm showing leg already.
And whiskey.
Well, no, I poured whiskey. I'm not showing whiskey.
Yeah. Well, a little ankle only gets you so far.
That's as far as I want to go. I don't want to go any further. Take no for an answer. Jesus.
This wasn't a yes or no question, Matt.
I'm really glad you brought a witness. Ecstatic about that.
How the tables have turned.
I didn't realize they would need to turn. Jesus. So, give you a sincere answer to that question. I do enjoy some good old-fashioned mish. Because I don't have to open up to a camera.
Amen to that. Oh, also, amen to that, too. How often is the camera there?
For me, never. Never. I have never had sex on film. Hell, only...
What are you doing it for, then?
Orgasms. Duh.
Lame. I'm just kidding.
Sorry. I'm doing it to cream pie people.
You're starting a bakery.
It's all diet cream. It's all diet cream pies. All diet.
Whiskey flavored diet cream pies.
I've never tasted the goods, so I will take someone else's word for it.
Not even out of curiosity.
No, I've never been that curious.
I would have.
Once again, not that kind of show. You don't get to taste the goods. Sorry.
I meant if I was you.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. If I was a man, I definitely would wonder what was going on.
I mean, we could call someone and ask them.
I think a lot of guys have done that.
Called someone and asked them?
Well, they
on air
to be very full of questions sometimes.
I mean, that would be really funny to call up one of my recent sexual partners and be like by the way,
have you ever tasted your cum before?
Go to Octavia's Twitter. Oh, actually, or her Blue Sky, depending on your flavor, and comment if you've ever tasted your own juices.
Andrews, that is a phenomenal question. Have you tasted your own love potion?
Is that what we're calling it now?
Yeah.
Is that what you normally call it?
No, I just made it up.
I was about to say, I just have visions of you and Mish being like, give me that love potion. Give me that love potion.
Potion, baby.
Give me the love potion.
Yeah.
Technically, you are not wrong. It does contain, chemicals that fire in your brain that bring attachment and shit like that. It fires oxytocin in your brain and shit like that. So it is bonding.
Interesting, isn't it? It's just interesting when you apply that science to the fact that there's only 20 male talents in the industry.
Yeah.
There's definitely way more than.
Not by much.
There's just not very many out there.
Not by much. And that's the hilarious part about, everyone being like body counts. Like, no, it's the same 20 dudes over and over and over again.
And for me personally, I always get booked with the same guys. So out of those 20, I've probably worked with maybe 6 to 10 of them. 15 over the 3 years.
Yeah, it's
probably. But
it's like bang Donnie Rock 100 times.
Yeah, but I haven't worked with, I don't know, there's so many I haven't worked with. But
right.
I'm not mad at it.
But at the end of the day, even if you were out here banging everyone with a penis, who gives a fuck? I was actually thinking about this morning, and I love the excitement of fucking someone new. So if it was someone new every time that I had, obviously best case scenario, good chemistry with, I'd be so happy with that. I thought you were about to say best case scenario consent with, you predator.
I'm safe, I promise.
You brought a witness. I'm happy. And there's a table between us.
Good.
Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
Yeah, I actually find it exciting to fuck people for the first time. I think it's thrilling for me. So it doesn't bother me at all when people are like, oh, you fuck so many people. I'm like, well, what are you doing?
Wishing that they were getting fucked that much is generally the response. How often are you fucking new people in real life, though, off camera?
Not very much. Not often at all, actually. I work a decent amount, and I'm very fortunate and thankful for that. And I also have my partner as well, so that's who I mainly fuck when I'm not fucking in front of the camera.
You and the partner don't bring a third in?
Maybe sometimes.
What, you're all demure about it? Maybe. Maybe.
That's not my tea to spill.
You're there. literally 33% of the parties involved, I believe it is your tea to spill.
I am a third of the party. Yeah, I mean, we have fun. We're all sexual people, right? We definitely have fun, but for the most part, we try to keep it safe, keep it clean.
Well, yeah.
And honestly, when you're working so much, I'm just so tired. I don't necessarily want to go find extra curricular activity.
Well, that's what the partner's for. Make them do the work.
Yeah. You have fun, I'll watch.
No, I mean, I'm starting to begin why you enjoy Mish.
Yeah.
It's just like, it's a long day. Just do the thing.
No, I love the cuck chair. I love it. I'm like, I love watching. Why let me watch?
What color is your cuck chair?
I don't have one yet, but it would be red, obviously. Usually it's just the corner of the bed, and I'm awkwardly sitting there. But if I had one, it would be a red chair.
Someone wishlist that shit.
I know.
Like, wishlist the cuck chair. One of your fans will definitely buy it for you.
Yeah, maybe. They're really sweet. I do have some really sweet fans.
It's a singular chair. It can't be that much.
No.
Unless you're going to just be like some crazy fucking leather, like, throne of cucking.
I am a big fan of nice furniture, though. I am a big fan of that.
Well, maybe it will be out of most people's price range then.
Yeah. Maybe.
Describe your perfect cuck chair.
Red, velvety, maybe
Ooh.
with some gold embellishing embroidery.
Velvety. Those stands will be hard to get out.
Oh, who said I want them out?
It's your chair. You do you.
I'm just kidding. They wipe up. It's velvet.
I always imagine velvet as a hard fabric to clean.
As long as they don't have cheap velvet.
Well, then again, women's ejaculate just kind of evaporates anyways.
Especially if you eat it up.
You're just going to make your part. Are you going to make your poor partner or the girl or dude? I don't know who your partner bangs when you do threesomes. Whoever your partner's banging, come over and clean up your cuck mess.
What? No. I get so lost in this conversation.
Wait a minute. Or are you eating your own? Yeah. Who's eating it?
Everyone. It's a group eat. It's a Thanksgiving feast.
It's like everyone came, dinner served.
Yeah. Basically. So that's your favorite position, Matt? Missionary? You like some good old eye contact?
I do. I can enjoy some eye contact. Yeah.
Nice.
And I do enjoy some cowgirl.
So, another question for you. Who is a performer you've never worked with that you've always wanted to work with?
Well, I've been trying to get Angela White on the show for a while.
Oh, she's sweet.
She is.
She's sweet. I've heard nothing but amazing things about her.
Oh, no, Angela's great. I've said this on air before, but like the only reason I know what Vegemite tastes like is because of Angela.
What was that? You have what taste because of Angela?
Vegemite. It is the only reason I know what Vegemite tastes like.
What is Vegemite?
It's an Australian spread, technically.
What's in it? Like, is it soy or?
I don't actually know. Angela brought some by here for my former roommate, and I got to try it at the time.
Is that why he's a former roommate?
No. That's right. You brought Angela White into my house. You can't live here anymore.
You shared something nasty with me. No, I'm just kidding. I don't even know if it's nasty or good. Was it good? Did you say it was good or bad?
It wasn't horrible.
It wasn't horrible? Okay.
Vegemite is a thick, dark brown Australian food spread made from the leftovers brewer's yeast extract with various vegetables and spice additives. It was developed in Melbourne, Australia in 1922.
Interesting.
Some more 1922 shit.
1922.
A weird year.
Yeah.
Your grandparents were boning. Vegemite was invented.
It was an interesting year. Yeah. What did it taste like? Was it just spicy or?
No. Australian food's not spicy. Come on.
No, they're probably not spicy at all.
They're British convicts. I don't think they do spicy.
Have you ever tried kangaroo meat?
Yes. I had tried it in Australia.
Oh, you've been to Australia.
I have.
Oh, that's amazing. I've been wanting to go. Okay, next question for you, Matt.
Answer.
How was Australia? What was the weather like?
Very LA-ish. I went to Sydney in 2014. It was very much like LA. I went down there during their winter. It was in the 50s.
Nice.
Very friendly. Apparently, Australian women really like American dudes.
Weird. What's wrong with them?
Well, it's weird having girls come up to me and just approach me because of my accent.
Girls, Australian girls, look at me. We can swap. Send your men. We'll send ours. Full swap. It's a deal.
Done.
Hit me up. Okay, I'm back in.
I'm down for this exchange program. Actually, if you're under 31, at least I don't know if they're still doing it, but if you're under 31, there's a youth exchange program where Americans can go down to Australia for up to a year and actually work.
Oh, that's really cool.
I unfortunately was 33 when I went to Australia. It was like, motherfucker, I'm too old.
Damn.
Learned about it a little too late, but yeah, the girls were very, 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 very friendly.
Yeah, they're really nice. I feel like every Australian person I've met has been really nice.
Yeah.
Really nice.
Everyone was super cool, but like the girls were exceptionally friendly. It was like, okay, cool. I like it here.
What kind of wildlife did you see? Did you see any wildlife or were you just in the city?
Well, so because I went down there by myself, I went and did some tourist shit. I did a behind the scenes tour of the Taronga Zoo.
Nice.
So like there's a picture of me with a Australian possum sitting on my shoulder in the behind the scenes. And like got to pet koalas and yeah, it was a lot of fun. And also I went to a reptile park like about an hour outside of town.
Oh, I love reptiles.
And the reptile park also has just wild kangaroos. Well, they're not wild, but just kangaroos running around the park too. So I have some footage of me like hand feeding kangaroos and shit.
There are little wallabies going around too.
Oh yeah.
Aww.
Yeah, there's a hilarious picture of me also petting a fucking koala from that trip, and the koala just being like, "Why is this person touching me?"
What was the biggest snake they had there, if you can remember?
I don't remember. The giant saltwater croc.
Ooh.
Fucking those things are massive.
Like bigger than the table, probably. Right?
Oh, easily.
Way bigger.
Easily.
God, I love animals, especially reptiles. They're so amazing.
You have any at home?
Not so much anymore because I've been traveling. My boyfriend has a cat, and I've kind of adopted him as my cat. He's so cute.
That's not really a reptile.
But he's not mine. But reptiles, I used to have 2 snakes, 2 corn snakes. And then I had a friend who was getting rid of their fat-tailed gecko leopard, gecko, fat-tailed, or however, whatever order you want to put that in. They were really cute. They're really sweet. The corn snakes, what's interesting about them is that they're better in clutches, so they're better with other snakes. Unless it shows submission, then the other one will eat it. But if the environment's good, they do really well with each other. And
sounds like us mammals.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
Like, oh, you're too submissive, someone will eat you.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, even in humans, we have our own way of doing that. But
hopefully more figuratively than literally. Hopefully.
Tell that to Hannibal.
That's a fictional character. No matter if the president-elect thinks that's a real person or not, that is a fictional character.
I know. That's so good. How many people out there you think believe he's real, though?
I do not want to guess on that number. Every day I'm just like, how did humanity make it this far? How?
Well, evolution helps.
You believe that we are the most evolved form of humanity right now? You believe that?
I don't think we're the best we can be, but if you look at history, we've gotten so far from where we were. It's actually quite incredible. As bad as we can look at what we're doing, if you look at where we were 100 years ago, even with our hygiene, it's insane. We can talk shit about humanity all day.
Okay.
And the truth is, we do horrific things. But we also have done a lot of beautiful things, too.
Oh, for sure. But a lot of the beauty is made by a few exceptional people. Yeah. A lot of the horrors are made by a lot of people.
Everything comes to a conclusion or a climax, right? Like, name me a government other than Britain.
Oh, no.
It's actually lasted.
Britain doesn't even count.
No, because they're not even a monarchy anymore. They're more of a parliament and all that crap. I'm pretending like I know what I'm talking about.
But on top of that, there was still Cromwell, overthrowing the monarchy at one point. Mm-hmm. It's not like the British monarchy has existed for the entirety of...
No, like everything gets overthrown because everything has a turn. Like everything has a rise and everything has a fall. Everything has a climax.
So where are you going to go when America falls?
I probably won't be around for that. I think that we're slow coming. As much as it feels like it's around the corner, everything is so slow unless, not to get too political, but unless Russia decides to fuck us, I think that everything will be just another more volatile Cold War until somebody actually pulls the trigger. But nobody wants a nuclear warfare. That's
Oh, no. I fully believe we're going to implode from inside.
I think we will implode from inside. But I think the only real cure is education. I mean, my education's spotty as fuck, but I'm intelligent enough to know that I need to be more educated, and I wish I was, and I wish that more generations have the opportunity to have the knowledge that I don't have, that I wish I had.
Well, the problem is people don't know to ask questions. People don't know what they don't know.
Yeah, that, and also people don't want to be told they're wrong. I hate it. I fucking hate it.
Everyone
I hate being
does.
told I'm wrong. Everybody hates it. But no one wants to be told, like, oh, hey, like, I know you believe this, but here's some evidence. No one wants to take the evidence.
Well, it's all about how you approach things.
It really is. Yeah.
The approach of, you're an idiot, you're wrong, is never going to make people come over to your side.
No, because even if I know I'm wrong and you approach me that way, I'm still going to be like, well, fuck you.
Right, that's human nature.
Go do my thing, knowing full well I'm wrong, and maybe to my friends will be like, "Yeah, I was wrong, but they were an asshole." So fuck.
Well, you're enlightened enough to accept that you're going to be like, "Oh yeah, I might have been wrong there, but that person was a dick." A lot of people just, be like, "No, fuck that motherfucker." They won't even self-examine that, like they possibly could be wrong. Like, it's been proven that people will double down when you come at them like that.
Oh, it absolutely. Well, that's because they feel like they're being attacked, and anyone who feels attacked, whether right or wrong, is going to protect themselves.
Yeah.
That's just common sense.
So many quote intelligent people proceed to attack everyone else, and like, why is this not working out for me?
A lot of, yeah. I don't know how to help you if you can't figure that out. I mean, I know that I have my own, like, bouts of anger. I know my agent knows that. But after I cool off, I definitely can reflect and be like, oh yeah, I was the asshole. My bad.
Well, and that's a sign of maturity. That's absolutely a sign of maturity. And good on you for that, because a lot of people never come to that realization, like, I was the asshole.
Yeah.
Like, a mature adult goes, yeah, anger happens. We're humans. Like, but once you calm down, if you can take responsibility for your actions, be like, you know what? I was a dick there. My bad. Like, no excuses, no nothing. I was a dick there. Not, you caused me to be a dick. No, you can't cause me to do anything.
No, yeah, absolutely not. Like, I'm still, even if you fuck up and I'm pissed about it, I can convey my anger in a proper manner, or I can convey it in a way that's being a fucking asshole, which I generally tend to do.
Good to know. Good to know. Don't invite Octavia to the barbecue.
No, I'm actually not too bad. I'm not too bad.
She says that now.
But it's about how you deal with it. And I think as you get older as a person, you learn how to deal with it better. Or maybe you get less ticked off because you know how to handle the situation better as well. And I think a lot of us have some weird underlining reason why we get pissed off so easy. And being able to address that and change that.
Well, for sure. Everyone needs therapy. Everyone needs therapy.
In this country, for sure.
No, everywhere. Everyone needs therapy.
Yeah. I'm going to pop this bottle.
Go for it.
Therapy.
Absolutely go for it. I found as an older dude, as someone who got very angry at very trivial things in my 20s. That was so nice. That was so calm. I was expecting a violent reaction.
It was like a little...
It's like a dribble.
It's like a silent fart.
I was going to think of a weak orgasm, but sure. Either hole. I found, like, as I've gotten older, just a lot of things that would have made me furious when I was younger. It's just like, you know what? Why am I wasting energy on this? I don't give a fuck.
Yeah. And sometimes you realize you're the only person who does give a fuck.
Yeah.
And you're like, why do I care? No one else cares.
Well, even if everyone else cares.
Mm-hmm.
Some things that, why do I care? Like, if all this shit is happening, how does this actually affect me? Like, how does this affect my day-to-day life? How does this affect my situation? Like,
and will getting you're pissed off about it even help the situation anyways? Because one of my problems is I I'm not a type A personality, but when I have a plan or like I'm told a plan and I have it and it goes askew, I'm like, what the fuck is going on? You know? And then I have to step back and be like, me getting flustered and frustrated and like, maybe not angry, but really heated. Like, it does not help the situation at all. It just makes it worse, and it makes everyone else around me feel the same way. But if I just laugh and I'm like, oh, okay, like I'll get over it, like it's fine, like we'll just adjust and move around, then your day's easier, everyone around you is more happy, and so on and so forth. It's just the practice of applying what you know.
For sure.
In those situations.
And once again, it comes down to people don't necessarily know what they don't know.
And they don't know what they don't know.
Yeah.
Especially if it's a new situation.
Yeah, it's just like, this is a foreign situation. People tend to lash out when they're just frustrated or confused, too.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's a lot easier to just get angry at a situation you don't understand than try to take a step back, like, okay, why did this person act this way?
What's behind the story? Right. I like to psychoanalyze people, though. I think that's part of my problem. Like, I love to sit down and look at someone and why they do something, and maybe I read into it sometimes, but I don't know. It's really fascinating. People are fascinating.
So why is my life? Why do I do this?
Why do you do this?
I thought you're psychoanalyzing me. What the hell?
Well, I don't know enough about you. You
didn't do any research before the show? What kind of podcast host are you?
Well, I mean, I'm supposed to ask questions, not know about you.
Supposed to do both. Supposed to do both.
Fuck. This is my first podcast, guys.
Is it really?
Well, interviewing.
Oh, see? Got my hopes up that I got the first. I'm like, no, I'm pretty sure you've done other podcasts.
Yeah. I think this might be the first podcast that I've done, well, other than with Bree Mills.
I see how it is.
Enjoy it.
I see how it is. Just breathe sloppy seconds.
Breathe sloppy seconds. It's okay.
Is it? Is it okay for me? Thank you for telling me how I feel. Thank you.
I've been doing that all night.
I know. I know. We have it documented. We have the witness. This is going to be an easy court case.
Fuck. Thought I was better.
Don't worry. I won't press charges till after AVN. I don't want to fuck up your award season.
Hey, do it before. It might get me one.
You think the fans will vote if, like, there's just a picture of you holding, like, the mugshot board?
That's my AVN promotion. That's my mugshot.
Use the XBiz thing to, like, make that's your safe for work shot. You with a mugshot? There we go. Send it to your publicist.
That's the worst.
That's amazing. Come on. Tell me you wouldn't stand out amongst everyone else. Everyone else is, like, trying to look all sexy, and you're just standing there with a mugshot board, like, LAPD fucking... Well, I guess
that would be me.
Las Vegas Metro. We'll keep you local.
Metro. I don't know if that's a step up or a step down.
Well, to get arrested by Metro, you got to actually have done something pretty horrible.
Oh, that's a good question, Matt. I'm glad you've guided me in this direction. I have another question for you.
Oh, no.
Have you ever been arrested of anything ridiculous?
I've never been arrested.
Fun. Nothing weird.
I have never been arrested.
Lame.
In my youth, I was much faster than the police. Statute of limitations, that shit was in the 90s. Statute of limitations was well past that.
There was a lot of guys wearing Slayer shirts back then, yeah.
Yeah, and there was a lot of other scumbag long hairs I used to hang with in the 90s. Oh, no, legitimately, like, you know, I come from a single-parent household where my father worked all the time, and, like, I was a latchkey kid. I let myself in and out of the house. So, a lot of times, like, after school, just fucking go get trashed. Like, we used to get homeless people to go buy us booze and shit like that and go drink. A lot of times we'd invite the homeless people to go drink with us.
Honestly, that's a vibe.
It was a vibe.
When I was working at Starbucks, one of my regulars was this homeless guy, Mike, and he was really cool. He actually became a really good friend of mine. He ended up getting an apartment and bettering his life and all that amazing things, but we would smoke weed all the time. He was a really cool dude. I have a big heart for the homeless and people who suffer and struggle with all that.
You still talk to him?
No.
Aww.
I know. I lost touch. This was like 2017 though. This was a while ago.
Did you sexually harass him too?
No.
I don't believe you. I don't believe you.
No, it was a very wholesome friendship, actually. It was very wholesome. Yeah. I hope he's doing good. If he sees this, I hope you're doing good.
Like, how often did you hang with him outside of work?
Honestly, all the time, because I worked all the time. I worked maybe minimum 5 days a week, and I worked 2 jobs, so I would work from either 5 or 7 in the morning to about 4. Then I would walk between that job all the way down to my other job and work from 4:30 to 10:30 at night, and I would do that 5 days a week. And I would hang out with him as I would walk, and we would smoke, because sometimes I'd get off earlier, so I'd have like an hour instead of just 30 minutes. Yeah, we just chill. Cool dude.
Even know his last name? Could you look him up if you wanted to?
No, I have his old number. I've texted him before, like, hey, hope you're doing well, but no idea. Cool dude though.
Well, if you ever, find him again, you should, at least send him a free, OF link or something. Be like, for the old time's sake.
For the old time's sake.
Here's a free membership.
Here's a free member. Remember me with the smoky smokes? Yeah, fun times. I was up in Bend, Oregon. Oregon's a really cool state.
Is it?
It can be hit or miss. I liked it because the people that I associated with and was around were really cool. Like, they were really down-to-earth people. Like, I'm still in a group chat with a lot of them. So I worked at a dispensary up there, and all of us ship supervisors had, like, a group chat where we would send memes to each other. And we still do that to this day, and it's been like 5 years now, maybe. So...
How'd you end up in Oregon? Because I thought you bounced all over California growing up.
I did. And when I grew up, I was all over California. I left home, stayed with my sister for a few months in Arizona, left there, and went up to Oregon. And then I was there from when I was 18 to about 22.
Why Oregon?
My brother was living there at the time. And then I ended up living with... it's kind of weird because I didn't grow up with her, so even though she's like my step cousin, there's really no blood relation. She was more like a really close friend. So I ended up living with her for a while, and then I moved out with an ex-boyfriend at the time, and then moved back to California in the lovely, lovely little hills of Sacramento.
Oh, funsies. Elk Grove. I'm just naming random Sacramento suburbs I don't know.
There's a lot.
I know. Old Town Sacramento is kind of charming, though.
Old Town Sacramento is really cool, actually. I will give them that. I like Old Town Sacramento. For sure.
It's been a number of years since I've been up there, but...
You're not missing much.
I know. That's why I haven't been back.
I miss Santa Cruz, though. I haven't been there in a while.
What's stopping you from going back?
I just want to go to places I haven't been right now.
No, I feel that.
Yeah.
Where's next?
Next is hopefully Paris for New Year's.
Ooh.
Yes. I'm excited. I've been there once before, but I fell in love with the city. I feel like with Paris, you either fall in love with it or you really hate it. It's like one or the other.
I feel like if you're an ignorant American if you don't fall in love with Paris. Like, because the one time I was there, everyone was just like, oh, the Parisians are so rude and it sucks and blah, blah. And I was like, no, this place is great. Just don't be a dick. Just
don't be an asshole. It's so simple.
I don't speak French, but it's, start off conversation like, bonjour, no parlez-vous français, parlez-vous anglais? Like, just, try a little.
Yeah, just a little.
And like, a lot of the Parisians didn't speak English, but like, seemed to really appreciate that, like, I was at least putting forth some fucking effort.
They appreciate the effort. Well, they deal with tourists all fucking day. I'm sure it gets annoying at some point, But every French person I interacted with was so nice to me. But I'm also, like, a petite, quiet, like, cute girl, so I feel like I get treated pretty nicely.
But I'm definitely not.
Yeah, so I don't know.
No, it's literally how you come with people. Like, how would the same Americans that are going to Paris and being like, why aren't you speaking English, deal with...
Excuse me, where's the bathroom?
Right. Those same people, how would they feel if someone came to America and didn't speak English?
Oh, yeah. I mean, I don't care, but people get pissed about it.
Right. You and I don't give a fuck.
Yeah. I mean, America's for everybody, in my opinion. Like, that was the country we built, so I don't care.
Yeah. We're supposed to be a melting pot.
Yeah. Or a salad bowl. Either way, we're flopping around in this shit together.
Yeah. Hopefully no salmonella in the lettuce, but hopefully.
God, no. Yeah, no.
But it's just really simple. Like, especially in the era of Google Translate being off, you can use it offline. Why the fuck are you not at least making an attempt?
Google Translate is really funny.
It's not correct, but it'll get you through.
My boyfriend's parents, they don't speak a lot of English, and I'll sit there with the Google Translate up while everyone's having a conversation trying to see what they're talking about, and it's so funny how off the rails Google Translate can go with some of the conversation. Like, they're definitely not saying that.
Oh, are you sure they're just not off the rails? Are you sure?
I'm positive. Like, I don't think.
How are you positive?
That.
How are you not? How are you sure?
I don't know. I don't know.
Do you ever ask your dude about it after the fact? Like, was your mother talking about my butthole?
I totally screenshot it and I show him later, and he just laughs his ass off at it. It's really funny.
Well, I'm sure he's laughing because he's like, "Oh fuck, she knows. It's hilarious.
She knows what we're saying."
Fuck.
So funny.
But it'll get you by in other countries. It will, if you have to.
It does. It really does. No, it's helped me tremendously. It's helped me in LA when I had an Uber driver and he didn't speak much English. And so I used Google Translate to be like, no, I gotta go here to go there. And it was amazing. He was really nice too. So
it's very kind of him to not kidnap you.
I guess that could have been an option.
It's always an option. Always an option. Not necessarily a good one, but it's always an option.
Not for me, anyways.
You could definitely kidnap someone.
I think most people would just come willingly.
I won't.
I'm so insulted.
Womp womp. Womp womp. Womp. If you see the two of us anywhere and it's just the two of us and not a public event or a podcast, I am in trouble. Call law enforcement.
They're like, who kidnapped who? It's not what you think.
Yeah. It's just like, how did that happen? Like, I didn't go willingly. She lives in Vegas. She has guns.
I don't.
Yeah, when you move to Vegas, they give you one.
Well, where's mine? I missed that party. I still don't want one, but I missed that party.
Well, if you don't want one, maybe that's why they didn't give you one.
No.
Everyone in Vegas has guns.
A lot of people do. I will say, I like going to ranges. I do find it fun. For sure. I like aiming.
Well, aiming's good. It's definitely part of the equation.
Have you ever gone to a shooting range?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I am a gun owner.
Okay, yeah. So it's pretty fun to actually do that.
I bought multiple guns while I lived in Vegas.
I see. That's what you're saying. I see. Yeah.
I had my Nevada concealed carry for a number of years, too.
What was that?
I had my Nevada concealed carry license.
Oh, shit. Okay, cool.
Yeah. So, for someone who didn't do any research, how I got into all this, adult shenanigans, I used to provide security for girls. That's what my first gig was in the industry. I used to roadie in for feature gigs and convention circuit for performers.
So, well, now, again, thank you for providing me with that information. This leads me into my next question for you, Matt. How was providing security for these girls? Did you have to deal with any volatile interactions?
Yeah, sometimes from the girls.
And how often was that?
Like, on occasion. Sometimes it was my own fault, but...
Thank you again for going in this direction. How was it your fault that you got these girls volatile?
Well, my audience has definitely...
Tell me more about this.
The audience has definitely heard this story before, but I was working for a performer at AVN 15.
Okay.
And we were sharing a suite at the hotel across the street from the Hard Rock. She had the bedroom portion. I had I was crashing on the couch in the living room portion as part of my gig. I brought another girl back to the room.
Oof.
And she was cool about it at first. She's like, guys, I gotta be up in the morning, just keep it down.
Was it like, yeah, I'm cool about it, and you should have known that meant?
Oh yeah, no. In retrospect,
Matt learned a lesson about women that night.
In the moment, I was thinking with my penis, and I'm like, oh shit, I'm gonna get to fuck this girl I've been trying to fuck for a minute. And then a few moments later, my client bursts out from the bedroom door. Oh no, there was no knock. Because, we're in the same suite. She just throws the doors open.
Oh, okay.
And is like, get this bitch out of here.
Oof.
The girl I brought back to the room tries to physically attack my client.
Like, just from that start, go straight into...
Yeah, so I cinch her around the waist and carry her out into the hallway.
Was she another performer? Or just Oh, okay. So there's probably some...
Who knows?
Who knows?
Didn't question it. My client locks the door behind us. Locks out in the hallway.
She went by Felicia with that shit?
Oh, yeah. Calls hotel security. Hotel security shows up and they're like, I could just tell these people that have never or not good at their job because they're like, sir, you have to calm down. I'm like, do I not seem calm to you? They're like, actually, yes, you do. I'm like, yeah. All I need you to do is this person, the girl in the hallway, is also staying at this hotel. Can you please get her back to her room? But can you also convince the girl inside the room to open the door and give her back her clothes and shoes?
Wow.
So they get her clothes and shoes. And they're like, well, you're going to have to leave the property. I'm like, no, my name's on this room too. I'm not leaving the property. So I went and chilled poolside for a couple hours till my client cooled down. And then I went back to the room and went to sleep. That, in retrospect, completely my fault.
Definitely a learning lesson for you.
Oh, yeah. No, this was a 5 a.m. drunk, horny choice.
Hey, we've all been there. I just love the fact that you got by Felicia. I don't know if I have met anyone that's happened to. That's hilarious. And I'm very sorry for you, but that was also hilarious.
Oh, I know. It's hilarious in retrospect. And in the moment, bringing her back to the room I was staying in was not the first choice. The first choice was to go back to
her.
Right. And she was just like, I'm staying with people. I'm like, okay. How about we fuck in this cabana right here?
So did you keep your job as a security guy for that girl? Or did she let you go or did you leave?
So I technically kept my job. We finished AVN. And then when we get back to LA, she shorted me money she owes me for the week. Wow. She's like, and she went,
you weren't protecting me. Were you a fucking bitch?
I never got to fucking. The fucking never actually happened.
Womp womp.
That's the worst part. Dick remained dry.
Wait, so clothes off, didn't even have sex, kicks you out into the hallway.
Yeah.
That girl has great timing.
No, she has the worst timing.
She planned that. She knew. She's like, I'm gonna wait till they're naked and get them out.
She's like, I can hear that erection. I can hear it. She heard the
like, I hear that spring.
Time to go. Get that bitch out of here.
Damn, that's cold.
I mean, honestly, that's probably the worst cock block that's ever happened in my life.
Honestly, I'm amazed at her. I feel bad for you, but...
Well, and the worst part was the girl who got 86 out of the room didn't want to talk to me after that either.
Yeah. You got real blue ball there.
Oh, yeah.
You didn't even have a second chance.
Yeah, I was like, this wasn't my... I said we shouldn't go back to my room. I said we shouldn't.
What's my fault? Should have known she was crazy.
Well, and part of the problem was, like, my client that I knew actually wanted to fuck me.
Oh, you can't have a client that wants to fuck you in security unless you want to make a real porno.
Well, it's one of those things where, like, the second you're paying me, I'm not, it's business. I'm not fucking with my money.
You don't want to get paid to fuck, Matt?
No, I've turned it down on multiple occasions.
He's not a real whore.
No, I'm a slut. I do it for free.
Amen to that.
I'm empty. Let me refill. I can't.
From a whore to a slut.
I have to refill. I can't cheers you on an empty cup.
Wow. Oh, you finished the bottle. Good for you. I didn't finish my whiskey. Do you want me to top you off?
Can I trust you, or did you drug me?
Oh, it is my cup.
Right?
Well, not mine, but...
Are you going to roofie me? Is this what's happening now?
No, I ran out. You're good.
All right. I'm going to choose to trust you here. I mean, that's not real.
It's not really a lot. You probably still need some.
All right. Well, I can cheers you at least. It's not an empty glass. Whore to a slut.
Whore to a slut. From a whore to a slut.
Slut to a whore. Yeah, it was a bad scene. And if my client at the time had just tried to fuck me and not hire me, I probably would have put out. But it's the second, my money's involved, I'm not like going to fuck with my money.
We're so different. As soon as you give me money, I'm like, all right, I'll whore out.
Fair enough. I unfortunately, or fortunately for the viewing audience, got in at a point where male talent, like there was only studio work. And I never wanted to be male talent. Like I never wanted that job. And it's
stressful.
It's stressful. And honestly, I don't, as someone who's at this point worked as a PA, been on multiple sets, like I don't think I could do the job. I think I would fail and then everyone would have a bad day.
Honestly, when I think about being a male talent, I think I would fail because if you're mean to me a little bit, like, I can't get hard. I'm just a lip noodle. She was mean to me. She didn't say hi. Can I go home? That'd be me.
Yeah, you wouldn't make it.
No, I would not make it as a male talent, so...
Good male talent is like, yo, go fuck that brick wall. They'd be like, all right, I'm going to go fuck that brick wall. Exactly.
Study me.
In the modern era, I've definitely had people be like, so do you want to shoot something for my OF? And I still say no.
Yeah, I guess that's different. I guess that's more intimate, but...
Well,
I think it's interesting because with porn sex or even with collaboration sex, I don't have a penis, right? But I'm imagining if I did have a penis and I'm just a normal dude and I'm not used to being on set all day and I'm not having porn type of sex, I'm going to pop in like 10 minutes. Sorry, 10, 15 minutes, 20 max. Like, you want me to go 30 to 45 minutes? Fuck you. Like, I'm sorry. Like, I have to, like, it's interesting. For guys, you have to think somewhere else to keep going so you don't come. And then as a girl, I need to go somewhere else so I can come.
Oh, that's sad.
Well, you know what I mean? Like, girls have to, like...
I don't have girl parts.
You don't have girl parts. I think for me, it's like, I really need to be into what I'm doing, but I also need, like, other aspects of, like, mental play to get there. I don't know, so I feel it. I feel it for guys in a way, not to be a pick-me bitch, but like I do understand the struggles of male talents. But
it's a rough job. There's a reason that there was only 20 dudes.
There's a reason why there's only 20 dudes, and there's a reason why no, I'm not going to say that, but there's a reason why there's 20 dudes.
Yeah, the industry would happily employ more dudes if more dudes were capable of doing the job and not being creeps about it.
I guess what I will say in a way that is more political correct way to say it, there's a reason why there's very few natural dudes out of those 20.
Oh, no, we talk about shooting up in pills on here.
And I'm totally fine with that. Like, do your thing. But there's a reason why there's only a few guys who can do natural.
Oh, for sure.
You know?
Well, people get desensitized to shit.
Oh, 100%. Yeah.
And
absolutely.
Especially if you have a scene partner who's not into you or just not into being there that day or...
Yeah, or they're too into themselves to be even into you to give a good performance. That happens. I feel like I'm very lucky as a performer because I want to have a personal fuck. Like, I do want to get personal with you and have a good intimate fuck. And then I don't want to see you again until I get booked with you again. It's... Like, I don't want to date you, but I want to, like, look me in the eye when you fuck me. Or get the fuck out. Like, I want to make a good show. Like, I want to make a good performance. I don't want to fake this shit. I don't want to go, oh yeah. You know, no. Like, I want to actually give a good performance. And I know so many people are jaded. I know maybe in a year I'll be like, yeah, that was stupid that I said that. And I'll be jaded. Probably. But for right now, I want to make good scenes. Like, I want to actually enjoy what I'm doing. And
well, I think those are not mutually exclusive.
No. They come together. I mean,
well, ideally they come...
exclusive, but...
Ideally they come together, but you can definitely have a good scene
and not enjoy what you're doing.
Yeah.
That's very true.
Like,
That's very
it is a
true.
performance. And
Yeah,
that's
it is a
what
performance.
a lot of people don't seem to grasp out in the real world.
Yeah.
It is a performance.
It
The
is.
positions are performative. Male talent's job is to make you look good, not necessarily what feels good.
Absolutely, yeah. But I don't want to have this weird disconnected scene with you. I guess that's more what I'm saying is like,
oh no, it's ideal. It's ideal if they do come together.
yeah. And I feel very fortunate because for most of my scene partners, I feel like I get that out of them and they get that out of me. I mean, there's exceptions to it, of course.
Well, and I'm sure even performing with the same dudes, you're human beings. Everyone has an off day at the office.
100%. Yeah. I've definitely had my off days. I'd had one recently. I had a migraine and I still went to set and I'm just like in between cuts, like, oh God, you know, like keeping my eyes closed because of the light and I felt bad. But thankfully, you know, it was a girl scene and she really understood and she was a really sweet girl. But yeah, no, not everyone can give 100% for sure.
And that's just how it is. That's the wild part about like entertainment in general. Like you can have some fucking Joe job and just phone it in. Like show up, hungover, just whatever state you're in and just get the job done.
I have another question for you, Matt.
Answer.
What is a Joe job?
Civilian job. Like
okay. I thought that's what you meant, but I never heard it phrased that way.
Yeah, like, you know, the average Joe's job.
Okay.
Like a Joe job.
Yeah, a Joe
like,
job.
I'm sure there were times when you showed up at Starbucks and you were just like, had a rough night the night before, or you were not feeling 100% and you're just like, I can still show up and make coffee.
Yeah, it's very different because with coffee, it's like I'm just making fucking coffee. It's fine. But with this job, it's like I'm having sex and I'm really putting myself out there. And even though it is just sex, it is still sex.
Well, it's also still a performance and it's still captured in perpetuity on a camera.
Yeah. And
so
you're still being vulnerable, you know?
You're being vulnerable. And if like you had a back spasm or something fucking hurt and you make a weird face when they penetrate you, unless the editor edits around that shit, it's there forever.
Yeah. I always hate it when I queef and I'm like, no. Please edit that out, but they're not going to get edited out.
Oh, I'm leaving that in the podcast, too. I'm leaving all your queefs in this podcast. Every last one of them. That was a loud one.
They get loud.
I wouldn't know.
They can. It's usually after doggy.
Good to know.
Good to know. The air just gets trapped in there.
I feel like you just need to angle it a little different. I don't know why I'm coaching you on sex. You're the professional here.
I just show up to work. I just work here.
Yeah, that's the definition of a professional.
I just work here.
Literally the definition of a professional. You get paid to do something. That's literally the definition.
What's very funny for me is I was always a very sexual person, but before getting into this industry, and I was older. I was a bit older when I got in the industry. For getting in the industry, I was still young.
I know. You're actually in your 20s.
I was a grandma at 24 years old.
Oh, no. You're just barely not a MILF at that point.
I'm barely getting there. I still haven't hit MILF.
Well, yeah, you haven't had a bunch of work done. It's 25 and a bunch of work. You're like, I'm not touching that one.
Touch that one.
I'll say it on record. I've said it on record. Said it.
I'm going to leave that one untouched.
Like, I got to work with these people, Matt. What are you doing? I have to show up on set with these people. The MILFs are mean.
I love my MILFies. I do. I'm really so it's so funny. Like, I'm dominant with women. But I love strong women. Like, I love working with a strong female performer who's not really super submissive. And I'm just like, yes, grind on my face.
Is that someone you would date in real life before your current partner?
I think I would date an older girl, actually. I don't think I would date a girl my age or younger than me, but maybe older.
Oh, I can attest. Y'all are nightmares. I still do it for some reason, but y'all are nightmares.
Oh my God. I was about to tell my PR lady this, Miss Erica with the Rep PR. Shout out. I was going to tell her this, that I was a manager for Starbucks at one point. And I managed, I think she was an 18 going on 19-year-old girl, a girl who was 20, a girl who was about 21 and pregnant, and one other girl in her 20s at a Starbucks, just a Starbucks kiosk. And I love them. Shout out to you. You know I love you. But holy fuck, you guys were nightmares. Like, bro. And I was like 23 managing you all.
Sounds like the blind leading the blind.
I was always very weirdly responsible and very maniacal with certain things like that when it came to that work. I would spend, because someone was in high school, someone was in college, the other person was also in college, the other person had doctor's appointments because she was pregnant. So I am going and spending almost an hour, a half hour to an hour every fucking day to figure out these people's schedules so I can satisfy all their needs and going above and beyond. Like, I have a heart out for agents and PR people. I have a heart out for publicists and agents for dealing with us, because I know I am insane on a bad day, and I have also dealt with
just mildly mentally ill on a good day.
I wouldn't say mild, more like spicy. But I've managed teenagers and young 20-year-olds before, and not in porn. And I'm sure porn throws a whole new thing into them.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
That nightmare scenario is 100% why I never understood like why some kings had harems and shit. Could you imagine? Like, these are all my concubines. This won't end well.
You know, in that situation, I think it's that the women need the women, because fuck that guy.
I mean, that's kind of their job at that point.
Yeah. Well, I guess true, literally. Damn. No, I love women as much as we can talk about that. I understand the just think about it. I love women so much, and I can sit here and I can agree that we have our moments. But if you have your hormones fluctuating every fucking week and you start bleeding out of your dick hole, you're going to be insane sometimes too.
I don't have those problems. I'm still insane sometimes.
Yeah. Point in case. Yeah. What's that meme? How many men have started wars not on their period versus women on their period? Just saying.
For sure.
Just saying.
I mean, part of that is the patriarchy not giving you the opportunity to.
Yeah, I probably would have killed a lot of people on my period. Edit that out.
Aw.
I'm just fucking with you.
There we go. There's the permission to keep that. Well, I understand they keep finding your bodies in Lake Mead. I understand that.
Yeah, we go through so many cycles.
You probably should deny that.
What, that we go through cycles?
No, that you leave bodies in Lake Mead.
Oh. I don't know where my head was when you said that. I think
like, yeah, you're just thinking of the last one you threw in.
I was so in my thoughts that I didn't hear that at all. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, you should pay attention to me. I say horrible things.
Sorry about your water, Vegas.
You're not apologizing for throwing bodies in there. You're just worried about the water pollution.
Yeah.
Got it.
Worried about the repercussions.
Fair.
Yep.
A little extra Oh my God, can you not be a vegan and drink Vegas tap water?
Oh my God. I'm a vegan. Let me snort my cocaine.
Hey, that hopefully doesn't have any people in it. Hopefully.
Oh, it's just a lot of people murdered on the way to get into my nose, but...
Oh, whatever. They're people.
Yeah, I mean...
We can make more. They're really easy to make.
We
enjoy making them.
We have a lot of people printers, so...
A lot of people... From what I understand... I mean, myself included, even though I can't actually do it, it is fun to try to make people.
Oh, that's right, about your bakery.
Yeah.
And your whiskey cream pies.
They're diet cream pies.
Your diet whiskey cream pies.
Yeah.
I'm going to take my sweater off because it's getting hot.
All right.
I'm going to give you your, clickbait moment. Oh, she reveals her tits.
Cool.
I'm just kidding.
You would not be the first or last person to have that happen on this show, so... I'm okay.
I feel like I entered a whole new room since I don't have my headphones on.
Dun, dun, dun. I'm back in your ear holes now.
I'm back in the room now.
Back in your ear holes.
Back in the room. How's it going in here?
It was going well until you took your sweater off.
Until I showed up.
I mean, I was enjoying a cigar until you showed up.
Hey, this interrupted my joint too, so... Cheers to that.
I got to refill again. You don't have more drugged whiskey to give me.
Fuck you.
No! How many times do I have to tell you no? Take no for an answer.
It wasn't a yes or no question.
I'm going to back away from you slowly. Can you do me a favor and grab the bottle? Sure. That'll do. Thank you. Not thrilled about it, but it'll do.
Yeah. Am I allowed? Oh, baby.
No one asked me.
Should call this. You know what would have gotten me on your show sooner?
What's that?
If it was called And Now We Smoke.
Yeah, that'd be a lot less entertaining show because me and THC don't get along too well.
Who said you had to smoke?
Well, it'd be really weird for the host of And Now We Smoke to just be like, I really don't like THC.
I really don't like pot.
I really dislike this.
This is just for you crackhead.
It's like when someone eventually forces me to become sober and like, oh, welcome to a Now We Drink, and I'm just sober. That'll be real weird.
That's how I feel when I go to a bar. When I was 21 anyway. I learned how to drink since then.
Well, I'm glad.
Me too. Me too.
To be fair, no one is forced to drink on this show. Like, you could have not drank.
Well, that's why I'm here.
No, you're here to have a conversation. Alcohol's optional.
Fuck.
Oh, was I supposed to do that before the show started?
I was like, any excuse. I brought a bottle.
Well, I asked your publicist, like, what do you want to do? Oh, she's bringing her. I'm like, all right, cool. I don't have to spend money. Awesome.
Well, you know what it is, and I was telling her this too, is it's weird. It's if you get a certain thing, if it's not a weird, and it doesn't have to necessarily do with the price point, it's just the quality of it. I might not get drunk today, but I'll feel like shit tomorrow.
Oh, yeah, no. Cheap champagne and cheap wine will fuck you up.
Even like Chandon or Moet, that fucks me up. And that's not really cheap, but it still fucks me up.
Oh, and believe me, if she was just like
cheaper than that.
If she's like sparkling white wine, I'd be like, okay. And I'd just buy something, whatevs. And then the amount of times where like the champagne girlies are just like, oh yeah, I'll take this. And I show up with a bottle and they're like, so let's Uber Eats a different bottle in real quick.
Do they do that?
Oh, it's happened multiple times.
That's why I'm glad I was like, I'll just bring my own, because I know I'm very particular, because I'm like, he's probably going to either get La Marca or Chandon or Momet or whatever. I don't know, because that's what I probably would get if I didn't know. If I wasn't a champagne guy, that's what I would do. But I will say for your champagne girlies, Whole Foods has an amazing selection. Get their Cremant. It's really good. Both rosé and the regular is really good. It's usually in their cooling section or in the other aisle.
Nice.
Yeah.
And it also is a price point thing at times, because I've had people be like, legitimately request like $150 bottles of champagne. And I'm like,
sorry. I mean,
oh, no. I mean, that's exactly my thought process too. I'm like, I'm much more willing, like, I don't want to, but I'm much more willing to buy a $150 bottle of liquor.
Yeah.
Because that will survive through multiple shows.
Yeah, I can.
Your $150 bottle of champagne has to be consumed tonight, or it's gone.
And it's really just like maybe 4 to 6 drinks, depending on your cup size, really.
Right, and it's just like, it's kind of a rude fucking ask.
It is. That's why I was like, I'm not bougie, because I don't like, this is a $15 bottle. This isn't.
Oh, I would have happily picked up a $15 bottle for you.
It's not, but it's like there's so many brands. I don't know what's near you when you're in LA, so going to a particular store could be like an hour away.
I live in Hollywood.
Yeah.
We have the things.
Do you have the things down here?
It's Hollywood. We do have the things.
All right. Give me the DL on Hollywood down here, because even though I am a California girl, I am a Northern California girl. So I would love to know what's good to know about Hollywood. What's going on down here?
What are you looking for down here is the question, because we have it all.
So since COVID, how's the party scene? I think everybody wants to know how the party scene is. Like, what's the club scene like down here after COVID and everything,
That I couldn't tell you, because fucking I hate clubs. I hate them.
Love you for that. Okay.
Hate them. Hell, the only time I've ever stepped foot in sound is at the XBiz parties.
Oh.
That's the only time I've ever been in that club.
No, I've been to 3 XBiz parties, and I'm going to be a total idiot here. That is the place that is called Sound.
Yep.
Also not a club person.
I'm a dive bar dude. Like, dive bars are my jam. And when, like, kind of cool cocktail bar that's around the corner. That shout out to Lost Property per usual.
How do you feel about jazz bars?
Oh, love them. Absolutely love them.
Amazing. Are there good jazz bars around here?
So my local Lost Property, the local cocktail bar I hang out at fairly regularly, used to have live jazz fairly regularly.
Oh, that's amazing.
And it bums me out. It's awesome / bums me out. They took the area where like bands used to play and turned it into like a vinyl DJ station.
Oh.
So they're now a vinyl bar.
Oh.
It's still dope. It's just different. It's just different vibes.
Do they still have live come in sometimes?
No, there's no space for it.
Oh, no space anymore.
Yeah, but and it's a small bar. Like it's a small, dimly lit cocktail bar. It was one of those things where like when I first started going there, you literally had to know the bar exists because the doors were recessed from the street a little bit and they used to keep the door closed. And like there's just a like sign with no name above the door.
Oh, that's hot. Like a little speakeasy.
Yeah, it's total speakeasy vibes. And because post-COVID, like business is down for everybody. Like they have stanchions out now and like a sign so people know it's there when you walk by it.
Nice.
But it was really dope when like I used to take girls there and they'd be like, "Oh, how'd you know about this place?" Like you have to know.
Yeah, no.
I'm about a speakeasy. I'm about that life.
I love speakeasies. Love that.
There's a couple in Vegas.
There is. I always forget which casino it's in, but there is this one cool one where you go through like the exit door to get into the speakeasy.
Yep.
It's really cool. It's really cool.
And then, well, Capo's isn't really a speakeasy, but it has a weird. Have you ever been to Capo's over on Sahara?
I don't think so. I am really bad with names though, but I don't think so.
So it's looks like a bar, but it's actually an Italian restaurant.
Nope, I have not been there.
But when you walk in the door, like it just looks like a little waiting area, and then someone opens like a hole in the wall and like, "You got a reservation?"
Yeah, reservation.
Yeah, it's kind of catchy, but like it's off strip. The food's actually good.
God, Vegas food. Let's talk about that. Vegas food is so killer. California has amazing food. Low key, LA sucks. But
whoa, you got to know where to go in LA.
Probably, maybe it's just because I'm in the valley. Low key, the valley sucks.
Agreed.
Correction.
Like
the valley sucks.
I would love to be able to say I've never driven to the valley for pussy, but like it's happened a couple times and I regret it every time.
Did you say for pussy?
Yes. Well, because
you're driving to the valley.
Oh yeah, no, I've driven to the valley to get laid, and I regret it every time. And you know, obviously, sometimes meals happen during that.
Well, yeah, the pussy.
Well, no. I mean, calories before we burn calories.
You do it before?
Yeah.
You eat before sex.
Yeah, you gotta get some calories in for the endurance.
No, you gotta eat after the sex.
No one's penetrating me. It doesn't matter.
Not yet.
No, definitely no on that. No, that's a big no. The first one was like
first one there was a first.
The first no was like, nicely punctuated, capital N, little O. That is big N, big O, exclamation point. You are not penetrating me.
Oh, you had a soft point. That's not the only thing.
I mean, that would be a soft point, yes, if you penetrated me. Like, that would be a soft, fleshy bit, and it would not be fun.
Oh my goodness. So, okay, well, another question for you, Mr. Slayer. So, are you with someone?
No, I'm single.
You're single. Okay, how's the single life
it
in
sucks.
LA?
It sucks.
It sucks?
It absolutely sucks. Well, it absolutely sucks because also I primarily date performers, so. Okay,
well, that's a personal.
No, it's just the life I've kind of fallen into. Because the problem is, a lot of civilian women will discriminate against my lifestyle from the jump. From the jump. Because it's just like, wait a minute. So multiple porn stars are going to be in your apartment and you're going to be getting drunk with them.
But you could be there.
No, I don't need them interfering with the fucking show.
Oh, yeah. If she's not cool, yeah.
Well, I don't want to date someone who's not cool, but it's also like, as you can see from the third party here, sometimes it's hard to keep people quiet off air.
That's fair.
Oh, you're laughing. It's fine. It's not fine, but it's fine.
It's fine.
I want to be free to say the horrible things I want to say on air and not be worried about my partner being offended by it.
That is true. That is true. I get that because My partner is in the industry, and he does direct, and a few times I have to perform in front of him, and it's fine. We love it. That's how I met him.
Right.
But I do feel like I'm like, okay, I have to be on my best behavior. You know, like you do change a little bit because it's like someone you really love and you don't want them to think any differently of you, I guess. Even though they're the person that you should be your most self with.
Well, I agree. It would take a special kind of civilian girl to be down with my life. And the problem is, I've met other civilian women where like it seemed like a novelty. Like I went on this first date with a girl, and it's just like she was very intrigued about what I do, but it also seemed like kind of intrigued, like you watching the monkeys at the zoo. Like, oh, that's interesting. Look at them go.
Yeah, that's a real, yeah. I do get that from just people in general that I'm not dating, you know. Do you do anything outside of the industry, or is this your main gig? Like everything that you do is industry oriented?
For everything's entertainment. Everything's entertainment. Like, so I do occasionally edit and produce mainstream podcasts as well.
Okay, cool.
But it's still entertainment.
Right.
And if you don't get people who don't understand entertainment, let alone adult, mainstream, whatever.
It's all entertainment.
Yeah, it's all entertainment. Like, it's just all forms of entertainment.
Well, I mean, even though it is like porn industry, it's safe for work, which is
You think what we've said tonight is safe for work? It's safe for our job. It's definitely not safe for a normal person's job.
I mean, like on Instagram standard. Well, actually, I don't even know. Do you get in trouble? And that's a great question. Do you get? I censor stuff for Instagram. Okay.
Like, you know, if I were to say fuck right now, when I put that as a clip, the context would have F ** K, and then I would mute out the actual word.
This is a great question, and I think, you know, girls who upload a lot of videos probably already know this. Me, I've never gone live on any of my platforms. I don't upload many videos. If I do, I'm not speaking. Probably shouldn't be. But
why would you not want to speak? Why do you not want the people to hear what you have to say?
Well, anyway.
Are you self-conscious about that?
I am. I do get really, I do have a lot of social anxiety. For sure, with going live and speaking, because I'm a very eccentric, artistic type person. Like, I just want to go crazy and do my art and be a fucking weirdo. And then
what's wrong with that?
Live my life. And sometimes I feel like the more people know about me, it disconnects them from my art. And I'm like, no, experience my art through your own eyes and through your own feelings and your own vision. And let me go be a fucking weirdo.
Then why are you here? This is all about people getting to know you. It's all about that.
PR, man.
Did your publicist force you here? Do you not want to be here right now?
No, I want to be here. I do want to be here.
Is that why you're sexually harassing me? You're just like hoping that I'll call the show off?
I actually want to learn about podcasts as well, because this is like the third podcast I've been on. I want to say like third.
Oh, whoa. I thought I was your second. I thought I was just your second after Brief Phil. And now the body count's growing? Next you're going to be like, you're like my 100th podcast. What's the truth, Octavia? What is the truth? Tell me the truth.
Well, this is like the second one I've been in physically. The other one was like a Zoom call thing, so it doesn't really feel like you're on it, even though you are on it.
Yeah, no.
I will feel like I did one over Zoom, and I didn't really feel like I was on a podcast.
No, you were on a Zoom call.
Yeah, it felt like a Zoom call, so I feel like this is like, which was nice. I'm not docking it or anything.
Oh, I talk shit. No. There's a reason that post-pandemic, I went back to only in person. During the pandemic, yes, I had to do remote podcasts because the show must go on. The second it was safe to be back in person, I've had multiple people like, oh, can I have this person on remotely? I'm like, no, absolutely not. This is an in-person show. Could you imagine this energy, trying to capture this energy over Zoom?
Well, no, because your whole vibe is like, we're drinking together and we're shooting the shit, and you can't really do that over... Unless you're already friends, you can't really do that.
Even then, because people pull up on their windows, they look at their phones. I have no control over your sound quality.
Oh, and the connection value.
Your video quality.
Shit sometimes. Especially in Vegas. I'll be honest. My connection in Vegas is fucking shit.
Well, and it's shit. And also, like, what kind of camera are you shooting on? During the pandemic, I definitely had people on where it's like, you webcam all the time. How is this your setup?
Are you a cam girl, man?
I was Twitch streamer for a while, so like nerdy cam girling.
I think that's the male version of being a cam girl.
No, they're definitely male cam dudes.
There are Mr. Sam Shock. Shout out to him.
Like
we love him.
There's definitely dudes also just jerking off for other dudes. Like it's a thing.
I love that. It's so hot.
Well, that's my answer to every civilian dude who's like, "Oh, if I was a hot girl, I would get in sex work." I'm like, "What's stopping you, dog?"
What's stopping? For real, what is stopping you? People will pay you.
Right. I am sure I will bet my entire fortune that you are performing for people that you are not necessarily attracted to. Like some of your fan base are people that you're not necessarily attracted to.
Yeah.
But you still do the job and you still make money. So a lot of dudes just can't wrap their brain around the fact that like, oh, their demo may be other dudes. Someone they wouldn't fuck in real life and someone they're not attracted to.
Well, that is the thing that's great about the internet. I don't see you.
I don't have to be turned off by your ugly ass.
I don't know what you look like. So that's great. And I'm going to be honest, for me personally, I think your personality, your sense of humor, and your character speaks louder than what you look like. And a lot of times in person, I would probably rather fuck you than the guy that looks like a 10.
No.
Not you, actually, Matt. Sorry.
I don't believe you, but no. See? Your reverse psychology will not work.
I'm just kidding.
No.
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 I hear you.
Okay. Do you finally believe me?
No.
God damn it.
No.
But I understand for people that are not in a major hub for the industry and they want to have performers on, that you got to do Zoom or you don't have a show. I get it.
What is your most frustrating aspect of being a podcaster?
Oh, God. There's a laundry list there.
Let me break it down to 3 questions, though.
Okay.
When it comes to publicly, like social media, like seeing other podcasters, blah, 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 etc., behind the scenes when it comes to like, oh, I gotta edit this video, I gotta schedule this, the producer bullshit. And when it comes to you coming up, you yourself as the podcaster coming up with all these questions, how do I make it interesting? How do I make it different to the next one?
Well,
because those are 3 different aspects of being a
podcaster. They are. So on the publicity and all that fucking shit, the biggest frustration is when the guest doesn't promote it.
Okay.
Because at the end of the day, why the fuck are you here if you're not willing to say that you were here publicly?
That's a really solid point.
When it comes to almost any art, it doesn't matter if you have the best product on the planet if no one knows it exists. I'm going to do my part. I'm going to promote it. You can not retweet it. You can not share it. I'm still going to probably push for a press release. I'm going to post my clips. I'm going to share it to the best of my ability. But it'll piss me off, and it's the best way to never get rebooked here.
Okay.
It's not promoted. Because at the end of the day, like...
Well, that's the same for a lot of these companies, right? Like, if I get hired by... I don't want to shout out any particular name, but if I get hired by a company to do a scene, and I do a scene and I don't promote it, are they going to really rehire me? No,
but...
Maybe they won't care. But...
There's a difference there. Because you're being paid to do a job. And in a lot of cases, the reason you would want to do a mainstream studio scene is their marketing arm.
Right.
The difference here is we're here to market each other.
That's true. It's a very 50-50 aspect. Like, I'm here to have this conversation with you, yes, but I'm here for what you can market me for. And then you are asking me to be here because I'm someone that can market your platform as well.
Right. I'm hoping to convert some of your fan base into my regular listeners.
Absolutely. That it's a given. This relationship is like a give and take, 100%.
Right. So it would be an unreasonable expectation unless it was put right beforehand, like, hey, I'm paying you for this appearance. Please, as part of that deal, promote it. But like that should be cut and dry beforehand.
Yeah, like I'm not getting a percentage of your sales if I promote you. So why do you want me to promote you?
Right.
That's very different. Good point. Good point. Yeah.
And there are some very big names who have done the show and have not promoted it, and I won't have them back.
Yeah.
I would rather have a great conversation with someone who has 2 seasons under the belt, who promotes this like night and fucking day, than someone who is a multiple AVN award winner who's just like, I don't give a fuck about that.
Yeah, because then you're wondering, like, well, why did you come on here for?
Exactly. And it's also one of those things where, like, the show's been going on for almost 9 years now.
9 years.
Yeah.
Damn. Good for you. Congratulations.
My liver still works.
Has it now? Okay, well, that prompts another question here, but I'm curious about the rest of your explanation here. I will hold.
So at this point, when the show first started, yes, I would be like, hey, come and do the show. At this point, if you give me any sort of pushback about not wanting to do the show, cool. That's fine. And no hard feelings on it.
Yeah, of course not.
But it's one of those things like, if I have to hard sell you on doing the show at this point, I don't want you. I want to have guests that are enthusiastic about being here.
Yeah.
Because it just makes for a better show. If you were grudgingly showing up because your publicist says, or your agent says, like, this is good for your career, and you don't want to fucking be here, don't be here.
All right, so I'm gonna grab my bag, and it was nice.
It was a pleasure. Tell the people where they can find you on the things before you go.
I'm just fucking with you.
I know. Question number 2 on the editing part, like, it's part of the job. It's what I signed up for.
Yeah.
So the production, the only thing that is remotely frustrating on the production is when people no call, no show. And that is the other way to never be invited back. If you give me a lame excuse, I'm cool. If you no call, no show me, I just will not rebook you.
Yeah. That's actually a very interesting one because, like I'll stay at the mall house a few times and I'll see that happen. And one thing I think people don't realize is at any job you ever have, whether it's Walmart, who sells fantastic earrings, just saying, whether it's
this whole outfit brought to you by Walmart,
and Charlotte Ruse and somebody else's closet.
You steal your pants? Did you steal your pants? What the fuck?
It was given to me by the girl I'm staying with. She was so sweet. She was like, I have these pants to give away. Do you want them? And I'm like, fuck yeah, I want them. Like silky cargo pants. I'm about it.
Nice.
Really comfy. I'm in it. But any job you go to, whether it's, some regular 9-to-5 job, whatever, if you no call, no show, unless they're desperate, they will terminate you.
Yeah. If
you do it twice, 100% termination.
Yeah. I'm not desperate.
No.
At the end of the day, I literally rebooked someone who, an hour and a half before we're supposed to start recording, like, my cat's sick. That was the excuse. My cat's sick. I went, okay, cool. Thanks for calling. We'll do it again. I'm pretty easy. You gave me enough respect to at least come up with a lie, even if it's a bad one.
Yeah.
But if you can't bother to even pick up a phone and be like, something stupid happened.
Sorry. Even having that honest, like, and I swear to God, this is really true. Even having that honest, I'm sorry I had an anxiety attack about being on it. I just can't be there.
Yeah. Oh, I totally
so
understand.
Sorry to waste your time. That means way more than ghosting. Even that, even just that blatant honesty. I'm really sorry. I just can't fucking do it. I mentally just can't fucking be there. Are they still going to be annoyed? Yeah, for sure. But
I won't
be less annoyed and pissed off than if you no call, no show.
I won't be. Like, I wouldn't
be either. I totally get it because I have anxiety problems. I totally get it.
It's not even I have anxiety problems or anything like that. I want you to have a good show. As we said earlier, This is 50-50 trying to promote each other. If you're going to come on here and not give your best performance because whatever's going on in your real life away from camera, away from doing this, if you're going to just, shell up or just be an anxious mess or whatever, your mental state is not in the right place to sit here and bullshit with me, do it another day. Do it a day where it's going to be good for you.
It's better to reschedule for you anyway.
Right. It's better for both of us.
Absolutely.
My show must go on. I have content. I would rather you cancel and show up on a day where you're going to be like, I'm here and energetic about this shit. Let's go. Yeah. Versus a day where I got to pull teeth and drag a conversation out of you or have to tell stories the whole episode because you don't want to say shit. Because those episodes exist. If you go in the back catalog, there are some episodes where, like, I've just given up on the guest's energy, and I just tell stories the whole fucking time.
This episode where Octavia Red asked Matt all the questions because she doesn't have stories.
Hey, whatever. We're having an honest conversation. Oh my God, you're curious about things.
Yeah.
Oh my God, that's such a problem.
Sorry, I asked.
Such a problem.
Such a problem.
Between that and the sexual harassment, such the problem.
You can't win with this one.
I forgot the third part of that question. Shit.
Oh, I went with the societal aspect of it. When it comes with like your interactions
And
with
that was
other
the production.
podcasters and blah blah blah, production, and then like the producing aspect. I think it was just a societal one, which is a very touchy possible question, but I think it's very interesting because the podcast world, to me, I don't really watch a lot of podcasts, I'll be honest.
Oh, I know you didn't watch a single episode of the show. Not one. Not one.
I won't even watch this one.
Well, I understand that most people don't watch the one that they're on.
I'm so sorry.
Don't apologize. Just click view and walk away. I'll take
At
the
least
extra.
give you the penny on Spotify.
YouTube.
YouTube. Oh, that's a really good question now. Like, because I mean, I knew it years ago, and I'm sure it's changed. But what are like the viewing rates for someone who's just starting, let's say, on like Spotify? Because it used to be like,
I mean, Spotify doesn't
click, or
Spotify doesn't pay podcasters.
they don't pay anything for
Nothing.
podcasters.
No, podcasters get nothing.
For real?
For real. Podcasters get nothing.
Why put it on there? Oh well,
It's all ad supported.
To get to the other, sorry, I keep touching that.
It's okay.
Um,
It's all ad supported.
Wow,
All podcasts like Apple, Spotify, it's all ad supported.
that's so good to know. Okay, so then, is it mostly off of your own personal site, or is it better off of YouTube? Or
So I have digitally inserted ads from my podcast host for when you listen to the audio version.
okay,
An obnoxious amount of audio digitally inserted ads. You know, you can go to the Patreon and get it ad free. Sorry.
just go to Matt Slayer's Patreon.
Yeah, patreon.com/Matt Slayer.
Matt Slayer.
It's all ad supported. And you know, the CPM on the audio is actually better than the CPM for YouTube.
Okay.
For those people who don't know, CPM means how much you get paid per 1,000 views or downloads. So it's a better rate, but audio legitimately gets less traction than the video versions because both Spotify and Apple have shit search algorithms.
Oh, all right. So both Apple, okay, and YouTube.
Right, because you don't listen to many podcasts, but
No, I don't.
neither one really they'll recommend whole shows. Like if you went to Holly Randall, for example, at the bottom it'll say similar shows, and I may show up there. But
Right.
if you just click on my show, you may get a very different episode. The Octavia Red episode versus the Jake Edelstein episode are very different episodes.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Definitely. Yeah.
Like,
'Cause
this
talking
is a-
about different topics. It's different thing. Yeah.
Oh, and you were wondering how I come up with questions. Do you think I fucking came up with questions beforehand? I'm just riffing here. Some people fucking criticize me for the show. Like, that dude didn't prep up shit. I'm like, no, I did a little research. Like, I knew that you bounced around fucking California as a child, that you grew up in a very conservative Christian household and you're homeschooled. Like,
Classic.
I know a little bit about like your current career. The rest of it is the audience is going to know you as I get to know you.
Which is cool.
Right. It's fun.
Yeah.
I think we're having a good time with it, minus the crimes you're committing.
Public crimes.
Yeah.
Exhibit
A, folks. Exhibit A.
What is your point? Like, what is the point of your podcast? Like, when you started this podcast, what was your idea behind it? Like, what was your
Pure
drive?
fucking ego.
I love it. I love the admittedness. Continue.
Pure fucking ego. No, the audience has definitely heard this before. But so the podcast started in 2016. I was working as a private investigator as a day job at the time.
Ooh, I was actually interested in PI work. That's so interesting.
And while I was doing surveillance, I started listening to audiobooks when I first started on the job. And then the problem is I would lose where I was at in the book when something would happen. So I went over to podcasts. And at this point, I'd already been working in adult 5-6 years.
As security.
Security, PA, like other random hustles. Yeah. I was already here. And then after a little while, I'm like, well, I know how to do this shit. I know a bunch of people. Why not fucking start a podcast? It's 2016. The original version of the show, I went to a party at Joanna Angel's house and ran into like my original co-host, who's a homie of mine. It was just like, yo, you want to start a podcast?
Let's start a podcast.
Yeah. I mean, much more cliche these days. In 2016, that was not as much of a...
Like, that was like, oh my God, like this new thing. Now it's like, oh, everybody in their fucking mother has.
Yeah, everyone... It's so fucking frustrating when I meet new people like, so what do you do? I'm like, I'm a professional podcaster. They're like, cool, you and everyone else. I'm like, yeah, I've been doing this for almost a decade.
That was one of my curious questions for you, because I feel like, because, you know, I'm from Northern California. I'm a very punk rock chick. So everything that's in, I'm just not into, which is why I haven't listened to a lot of podcasts, because everyone and their mother has a podcast.
But that's the thing.
So how do you as a podcaster feel about that? And how, because you've been in for 9 years. So you've been seeing it blowing up. So how do you, as someone who's an OG...
You're off.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. How do you, as someone who's been a podcaster for 9 years, an OG podcaster, so to say, as seeing this transition to where everyone's all about podcasts, everyone wants to open a podcast. I'm fucking thinking about opening a podcast, and I don't even listen to podcasts. It has become such this huge thing, and then you see other people like elevating that. You're like, well, they're fucking bullshit, and you've been here for 9 years seeing this happen. How do you feel as a podcaster?
So, as a love-hate relationship, because the beauty of this medium, the absolute beauty of this medium is Apple and Spotify do not give a fuck what you do as long as you're not promoting hate speech. They don't care.
Okay, I love that.
This is the last Wild West medium. This is the last punk rock medium. There's no gatekeepers here. You can start a podcast with your iPhone and just your iPhone. You don't need this. You don't need my fucking setup.
No, this is just like next scale.
Yeah, and this isn't my original setup. Like, this is 3 iterations later of my setup.
Oh, that's awesome. As you elevate. Yeah, I love that.
You know, you don't need to shoot in 4K 1022. I'm just a crazy person.
Hey, I didn't start shooting scenes on Honey Perdette till 3 years later, so
right,
work up to that shit.
It's the last punk rock medium. People can do whatever the fuck they want with it. And because there are no gatekeepers, it's a double-edged sword. There are things that are awesome that would have never been greenlit by a gatekeeper, by a traditional gatekeeper in a traditional media platform.
Right, with all the rules.
Right. On the flip side, because there are no gatekeepers and there is no barrier of entry, you get some absolute garbage. I'll freely say it. There are some other podcasts in the adult space that are absolute trash.
100%.
It's just how it is. Unfortunately, some fucking fans have been like, this is a way that I can get access to performers.
Right. And then, like, I think what I've seen, too, in this era of social media is that trash behavior is monetizable.
Oh, 100%.
You know?
100% it is. Rage baiting people.
Yeah.
Trash behavior. And the thing about it is, like, I do a little bit of rage baiting with my clips. Like, I will post stuff that I don't think is particularly provocative or isn't provocative to members of our community, but to the general civilian populace is wildly inflammatory. Like
right.
a clip that does gangbuster numbers on my Instagram is Essie got back talking about how she loves facials.
Okay.
And her favorite thing to do after the dude finishes on her face is to make out with him. Do you think that's particularly controversial?
Not really.
Right. To a bunch of red-pilled dudes on Instagram, they'll lose their shit over it.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, that is true. I think that's something that I've realized, because I've been in the industry for 3 years, so I'm not brand new, but I'm not a vet by any means.
I mean, you're a vet, because you got to remember, the average career is under a year.
If we're considering that, yeah. If we're considering people who've lasted a lot longer, I feel like I'm still somewhat of a baby, or more of an infant at this point. I forget that what we in the industry think is normal or is like, oh, okay, whatever. It as a civilian, you're like, what the fuck? They're into feet? And us were like, yeah, I was licking toes yesterday. What do you mean?
Sorry, that makes me laugh because the episode that is live as of time of recording, my guest was talking shit about people's foot fetishes. Like, I'm not here to kink shame unless you're in defeat.
Unless you're in defeat.
It's just like the timing of that is great.
I won't kink shame you for the feet.
See what bothers me is when people are present things on podcasts that are authentic and that are actually very inauthentic. That bothers me. Like, this isn't pro wrestling. We're not trying to, keep kayfabe.
No, I feel like podcasts are usually trying to break the wall into what's real. I feel like that was the entire point of podcasts, isn't to be a spectacle of any sort, but to actually get to the bottom of what's genuinely happening. Like, I think that was the point of podcasts in the beginning.
Well, and if you're doing like a fictionalized storytelling podcast where you're all playing roles and shit like that, that's fine. That's one thing.
That's just an old school YouTube video, man.
Or even old timey radio. Like, fucking radio plays go back to, once again, the 20s.
Oh man, wasn't there like a show that was on the radio and it was just this book that they would
War of the Worlds?
read? Yeah, and they made people think it was ending and
yeah,
shit.
that was a real thing.
Yeah, that was so good. When I learned that was the thing, I was like, wow. People, man.
And if that is the point of your podcast, to tell, everyone's in character and people are playing their characters on that podcast, that's fine.
It's fine.
When you do things where you're blurring the lines, where in some moments you are being sincere, you're being real people, and the other ones you're completely fictionalizing things, it bothers me because it's just like,
that bothers me too. I'm not a big fan of being dishonest, if that makes sense. Like, I know that what we do is make believe, and I know like we act and we do all that, but when it comes to like,
but it's intention.
You're
not trying to deceive people. You're trying to sell a fantasy.
Yeah.
You're not like trying to deceive a dude. Be like, I want you. Right.
Yeah.
You're just like, no. I'm going to look like I'm enjoying, the sex I'm having.
We know what's going on.
Right.
We're putting on a show for the viewer. Yeah.
Right. You're putting on a performance for the viewer for them to get off to, most likely.
Yes.
There's nothing dishonest about it. Like, it's the intent. Intent is so important. Intent is the difference between murder and manslaughter.
That's true. That is very true.
I can forgive an accident. I might not necessarily forgive something that's malicious. That, like, you intended to do this.
Yeah, accidental means... yeah. Yeah.
So that is my problem with the podcasting landscape.
The podcaster world landscape of what it's been built into today.
Yeah. It's a wild situation because, like, you see some of the biggest shows literally affecting the outcome of the world.
I said they're trash. A lot of the bigger ones. Sorry.
Well, I'm not talking adult industry. I'm talking in general.
Oh, in general, yeah. Like the Joe Rogan or like the big ones or whatever.
Yeah,
That's the only big one I know of.
Yeah,
actually,
literally, Rogan interviewing political people potentially affected the outcome of the last election.
Yeah, I mean,
more people watch Rogan than watch the nightly news in a lot of cases.
But what I will say, I think I didn't watch his last one with Mr. Good Old Donnie T, but I did watch the one with good old Mr. Sanders, and I enjoyed seeing political figures being interviewed by podcasters because they had time to answer important questions that someone who wasn't being hired by somebody else. Well, I mean, they're hired by somebody else, but you know what I mean.
Well, no. I mean,
asking these questions and actually getting more answers. When they're put on these debates, they're on these little quick notes and they have these quick.
No, they're all about the sound bites.
It's the sound bite, and it's like, I didn't gain anything from that. It's the same bullshit y'all been arguing about the past since I was in fucking 8th grade. That's ridiculous. Like, I don't actually give a fuck about what you're arguing about. Where are my tax dollars going? Why are the roads shit? Why is the healthcare shit? Why is the education shit? That's what I care about. That's it.
I have answers to all of that, but...
Yeah, I mean, probably off podcast, but yeah.
But
like, that's what I care about. And so I do, even though it is sad to say that like these podcasts are driving these political things, I think it's kind of good we have them because the mainstream media isn't covering all these things we need to know. I don't give a fuck about what they're asking in these debates. I don't care. I want to know these simple questions. Why is it so hard for someone working a regular job being able to pay for their house and to feed themselves and their children? Why is that so difficult?
Corporate greed. I mean, that's the answer.
I mean, yeah, that's the minimal answer.
I mean, that's just the answer. It's not even the middle. It's just the answer.
And it drives me crazy because if we could just minimalize it to that, people wouldn't be fighting with each other so much.
Well, God, I don't want to get into politics.
I know, I don't. It's such a hard area because I love talking about it, but to publicly talk about it and it's not a good look for anyone.
I'm not afraid to publicly talk about it as much as, especially, post-election, I've been trying to keep the show as I want to be a distraction for people. I want to keep
I want to positivity. Yeah.
Well, not even positivity, just a distraction, for better or for worse.
Yeah.
Like some people are out celebrating the win, some people are out dreading what's going to happen.
Right.
I'd rather just
distract you with
like entertain even. I would rather just entertain you instead of, bringing up potentially your existential dread and
yeah, and truth be told, like I don't have the credentials to be talking about this shit.
Oh, I don't either.
I don't have the education or the knowledge to be advising anyone on this stuff. I'm not the person to ask that. That's the hard truth.
Well, and most people that run podcasts aren't. That's the wild part. Yeah. I think it was Newsweek did a poll. I could be wrong about this, by the way, that 37% of people polled just believed people with podcast equipment.
That is...
because it felt authoritative.
And this is why I'm asking about our educational system.
Well, it's so ingrained in us that if you see someone with equipment in a professional setting, that some gatekeeper signed off on them.
Right. And here's a question for you on that. How easily accessible is this equipment for the average Joe? How much of this is on Amazon? How much did you get from Best Buy?
All of it. Absolutely all of it.
Absolutely all of it.
All of it. You think I have some secret hookup for this gear? No.
No.
Now to actually turn it into a professional product, that's a little more skill set.
If you know what you need to buy, you know where to buy it, and what's good and what's not, you can get a lot of this equipment. Not cheap necessarily, but
definitely
like accessible.
As I said earlier, you can do a podcast with your iPhone.
You can, yeah.
Literally, if you light it well enough, you can have a crisp image off your iPhone.
Oh yeah, I mean, come on, half those YouTubers that are doing really well, not podcasters, but YouTubers who are doing really well, this was before iPhones were really big. They were shooting on those little dinky, like, little tiny cameras, I mean,
how many people are shooting their OF still on their phones?
Oh, everyone. But I mean, come on, iPhones are so good these days.
As long as you light them well.
Yeah. Yeah.
If you don't light them well, the noise.
God,
the noise.
So bad.
The noise. The noise in the image. But
or the wrong update.
Yeah. That too. But none of this is inaccessible to people, and that's the beauty of the medium. Right. But it's, as I said, the double-edged sword. Anyone with a couple $1,000s could have this same setup.
Yeah.
Well, closer to 10, but
yeah.
I also am on very overkill equipment.
What were you on before?
When the show from 2016 to 2019, the show was audio only.
No video at all?
No video at all.
Interesting. So you could be like, I'm on this podcast with Octavia Red, but it's actually my cousin from Canada.
No, once again, authenticity. Unless you're my cousin from Canada. Are you my cousin? Are we related? Then I'm definitely saying no. Ew.
Damn it.
Not into that.
Oh, do you have family from Canada?
I don't, but I don't really follow the whole tree. I don't know where people be fucking.
I don't know where the roots are.
I don't know where people's pullout game was trash. Someone could have just taken a fucking trip. I mean, my father was obsessed with Vancouver, so
He wasn't obsessed with it. Who?
he might have just fucked somebody up there and had, like, I may have a sibling in Vancouver or some shit.
Your long lost brethren.
Like, I'd be like, can I get some socialized healthcare out of you?
For real though. The healthcare. We're bad. We're getting into all these kind of politics.
Is what it is. But what's making you want to start a podcast?
Oh, just for traveling. Just to monetize me traveling.
But you won't make any money at it.
No, I just had this idea of...
Statistically.
Yeah, probably not.
Well, and that's...
Except I have an OnlyFans that does well.
Well, yeah. And you could sell it as OnlyFans content, but then it's not necessarily a podcast.
No, but it's this interesting concept to monetize a safer work platform to accumulate it down to the OF.
Right.
And it kind of cycles each way, right?
Ideally, but...
Life in a way.
But I'll warn you, the shit's a grind. And...
Oh, I know. That's why I'm not sold on the idea.
I have a very canned speech for new clients that were starting new content. Sorry to the audience, I'm sure I've said this on air before, but speaking of Rogan, no matter what you think of Joe Rogan's content, you have to admit it's a big show, right?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, it's a big show.
So Joe Rogan, before starting the podcast, nationally touring comic.
Yep.
On 2 nationally syndicated sitcoms.
Oh, yeah. I mean, he already had a name before he started it, and that's why it does so well.
It still took 8 years before that was a big show. 8 years.
8 years?
Yeah. If you look at...
24. Yeah, I guess, yeah. It must have been a few years before I knew about it, yeah. Mm-hmm.
It was legitimately 8 years before it was the massive show it is now.
Right.
If you look at early JREs, they're on his couch. There was originally no budget. He also got in the infancy of podcasting.
Oh, yeah. It's exploded so much.
Right, and that's part of the problem with trying to carve out your own niche is if someone already has a Rogan, a Theo Vaughn, all these big shows in the rotation, what is going to convince them to give up in their limited time to listen to podcasts, one of their already existing shows to go to yours?
So that is why I do have this idea, is because I had absolutely no interest in ever starting a podcast. No hate. It's just not my thing.
I'd be upset about that.
But I did have this idea because this is what makes it different, is that I travel all the time. I go to all these different countries, but I don't always go to the main cities, and I don't like doing touristy shit. I don't.
High five on that shit.
Yes. Ugh. I don't. I like to do what the locals do and see what that's really about. And then I was like, I travel a lot. That kind of cuts into my work, right? How do I make money while I'm traveling? Well, I can find content creators wherever I travel, right? Then I can shoot with them. I also could do an intro where I talk with them about their country that they're from. Like, let's say it's a guy from Ireland. Is it worth going to the Guinness factory? Is it just a tourist grab? Right, it's a tourist grab. He's going to tell me all about how it's a tourist grab. We go on from there.
Well, that sounds much more like a travel vlog than it does a podcast. It's more
of a travel vlog in a podcast form, but it's also kind of like a helpful travel guide. I think my fans really like engaging with me because it gets them out of where they are. A lot of really big porn fans or people don't necessarily get out of the house that often, or they don't leave their town very often. A lot of times, not all of them, but a lot of times it is that way. And I have found that they really enjoy being able to vicariously live through me in my travels. And I understand that as someone who doesn't come from a well-off family. I didn't travel much other than throughout the state of California. And my biggest dream in the world was to travel the world. That was my dream as a kid, was to travel the world and to explore it and to go on adventures. I just loved that.
How many continents have you been on?
I have been on, let's see, well, I've been to Asia, Europe, and America, so I don't know, I've been to South America too, but I don't know if they
So you're short Australia, Africa, and Antarctica?
so dead. Okay, I get confused on a few things when it comes to continents. Bear with me. Because
Homeschool. Got it.
No, because logically to me, North and South America, they're not connected, but they're touching.
Yes.
So I'm always like, are they fucking one or are they separate?
So Europe's part of Asia?
No, it's not part of Asia. Well,
They're
that's very true.
They're touching a lot more than South America and North America are.
That's very true because they are technically very connected and they have the separation between the mountains with the mountain range right there, which always made me wonder where the fuck is Russia? Is that part of Europe or part of Asia, bitch?
I mean, a lot more of Russia is part of Asia.
I would say, right? Because it's on the other side of the mountains.
But also, most of their industrial center and major cities are in Europe.
Please don't cancel me.
What are you worried about when Russia takes over?
I'm just fucking kidding.
Worried about putting you in a gulag?
Gulag. Yeah, interesting.
Like, please stop talking about my gulag. Please don't.
Like, please don't out me for being so dumb. Geography's not my strong suit.
You're not dumb.
No.
You're not dumb. Just because you can't regurgitate information doesn't make you intelligent or unintelligent. It's about intelligence is being able to apply the knowledge you have. Did I just break you? What just happened there?
I was like, but what if the knowledge is limited?
That doesn't make you stupid. That means you're uneducated.
Yeah.
There's a difference.
This is making me think of My Fair Lady. I owe you on him vows for kind.
See, that's a reference. I'm aware of My Fair Lady, but I don't know it.
You don't know My Fair Lady?
I do not.
Well, at least you know your continents.
I do. I've been on 6 of them.
Oh.
Only had sex in like 3 of them, so.
At least I've had sex in all of them.
The 3 you've been to?
Yeah, the 3 I've been to.
No, I've had sex
all the ones I've been to anyways.
Hold on. Breaks. No, I've had sex on 4 continents. Ha. I zigged where I should have zagged in Australia, and, well, Africa just seemed unsafe. Sorry.
How many of those did you have to pay for, though?
What? Oh, none. Africa was the only place where it got offered.
Live a little, Matt.
Well, it's not. The dollar goes very far in other places. I mean, I'm not opposed.
I guess there's no like rentwomen.com, is there?
No, but you know, sex work is very prevalent in other parts of the world and very inexpensive in other places. So,
depending on the bar, isn't it?
Well, legitimately, it is just legal in other places. Like you go to Amsterdam, you were just there. Like the fucking red light district's there.
Hey, I was only in Amsterdam for a 6-hour layover.
Did you make it out of the airport?
Yeah, I left the airport and like a good little girl, I went to the Rooks Museum.
Nice.
Fucking heathen going to the red light district. I would never, ever smoke pot there.
Why?
I'm just kidding. I would totally smoke pot there. I wish I had. I just didn't have time.
I don't think you're missing much with Amsterdam. Like, I didn't love it.
No? I loved it. You didn't love it?
I was there for over a week, though.
Okay, well, a week can be a lot in a place.
Well, part of the problem with Amsterdam is, like, I feel like the red light district especially has very Vegas of Europe vibes.
That's fair.
So it's just a bunch of people who don't know how to party being like, woo, I'm in Amsterdam, woo!
Yeah, I think it's like virgin potheads who think it's cool to smoke their first joint in Amsterdam, probably.
Yeah, like
it's a very confusing mix.
Went to a Dutch bakery and it was just like, or a cafe, and my friends who were with me who were from Chicago were like, oh, we gotta get some pot. I'm like, dog, I live in LA. I do not give a fuck about this.
It's fucking breakfast down there.
And I don't know about you, but for me, one of the biggest ways I judge a place is the food.
Oh, 100%. Actually, that's what makes it breaks it for me for a country is the food.
The food sucks in Amsterdam. The food sucks.
It was mid.
Yeah.
It was mid.
Well, and also on that trip, I went to Munich.
Amsterdam.
I went to Munich and went to Oktoberfest.
Oh, you had a bad food experience, unless you had Indian food.
In Munich?
In Germany? Yeah.
Are you kidding?
Indian food in Germany is bomb.
The regular traditional German food was amazing.
Oh, God. What did you have?
Schnitzel, roast duck, pretzels, sausages. It was fucking delicious.
My boy.
Like, I was so impressed with the food at like Oktoberfest. So impressed. So good. A lot better than the Dutch food.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Because honestly, I put Germany as one, and I'm so sorry, I love you, Germany, but I put you as my least favorite because of the food.
Where were you at in Germany?
I was in Berlin.
Okay, so I haven't been to Berlin, but in Munich.
It could be different. That's true. Different places.
Like, because Munich is almost in Italy. It's almost in the Alps. It's very southern Germany. Like, we got the first night in town, our hotel was out by the airport and like not near city center. The only thing we could find was open an Italian place. Fucking phenomenal Italian food.
Well, it wasn't German food though.
Right, but you don't necessarily when you're in Europe, when it's other cultures' food in Europe, you're not like expecting it to be good.
Yeah.
Like, holy shit, good Italian food in Germany? Yeah, it was like, bah, it was fucking great. And then Oktoberfest is so much more about eating than drinking because you can only drink in the beer tents.
Oh, really? Okay, so you only in like designated tents.
And to get into the tents, if you don't have a reservation, you have to negotiate with every doorman. And they're more concerned with you eating than drinking because they know you're going to drink and they can only charge an X amount for a beer, but they can charge whatever they want for food. So it's more profitable to sell food.
Oh, okay.
So everywhere we went, we had to negotiate. They're like, yeah, we're going to eat something. And the meals were phenomenal. It's just like went in one small tent. It's like had a couple beers. Fucking amazing roast duck.
Okay, well, this is amazing you're telling me this because I now know you were drunk when you were enjoying this food.
Duh.
So of course it tasted good.
No, I was drunk in Amsterdam too, and
it didn't taste good.
No. Also, my beef with Amsterdam is like, I can drink till 5 o'clock in the morning, but there is no food at 5 a.m. except for French fries and fucking candy.
I mean, when you're drunk, what all do you need more than French fries? Nuggets.
Fucking something with protein.
Nuggets, chicken nuggets.
There are no chicken nuggets to be had.
Come on, there's a McDonald's everywhere.
No, there is not. There is not a McDonald's open at 5 a.m. in Amsterdam. They were there. They were not open.
They were not open.
And then I also went to Finland on that trip. And like the food in Helsinki was pretty rad too.
I don't remember. Yeah, it wasn't bad.
Did you go to Helsinki?
I was there for a day. I did a shoot out there and I was only there for a day, so I didn't really get to experience their food. It was snowing though. I think I was there I don't know when I was there, but I was there in wintertime and it was really snowing. It was really cool though.
I enjoyed it. There was also like
Enjoyed it.
hot metalhead girls at bars, so it was like,
Oof.
okay, this is rad.
I love a hot metal girl.
I do too.
Oof. Yeah.
Like that is definitely a weakness. Like, oh,
Such a weakness.
like, oh, hot metal girl. Like, yeah, I'll do dumb things.
Yes. I won't lie. I keep this look because it is the most profitable, but if I could, I would be so tatted and so pierced and have black hair and just be rocking it out.
Just do it.
I like my money.
Don't listen to your publicist. Just do it.
I like my money.
Oh, I mean, that look is still profitable. There are plenty of people that have done very well with that look.
There are, but not me.
So
Not yet.
when you're done with this, if you get from in front of the camera, are you gonna change it all up, get tatted up, and
Maybe. I think I'm going to milk this career. I mean, with how I'm doing really well. I've been pretty successful for what I've offered to the table and what I've done in this industry. I think I've been, knock on wood, I think I've been succeeding pretty well considering I'm not with necessarily the biggest agency. I'm on this podcast because of my PR lady and I'm very thankful for her, but I did not have a PR person until just recently.
No, you're on this podcast because we ran into each other drunk at Urban X.
Oh, this one or the one before that, I'm thankful for that. I don't do anal. I don't do step.
And you want to penetrate me? What the fuck?
I'll do anal on someone else.
That's very hypocritical. Very hypocritical.
I am human, sir, and hypocritical is our experience.
Fair enough.
Yes. I love when people say I'm not hypocritical. Like, bitch, we all are.
Well,
like,
yeah, they're lying.
Humans lying to me. And because what we dislike about other people is oftentimes what we hate about ourselves. That's why we're so hypocritical.
For sure.
No, I've done really well, and I'm very excited about that. And I think I'm going to slowly add things to my career as I'm going. As I lose relevancy, I'll add more things to it.
Why do you think you're going to lose relevancy?
Because we all do. Oh my God, it is such a rat race out here.
To be fair, not everyone loses relevancy.
No, but I guess not
statistically,
but you can only do something for so long and keep succeeding before someone's like, all right, you got to add something new to the mix. You know, you got to step up your game. You have to keep elevating yourself. And
you have to adapt, for sure.
You have to, yeah. And even me as an artist and as a performer, I want to keep growing and elevating, and I'm ambitious and I love new things. So, you know, I need to keep doing that. But I'm also pacing myself because longevity is the game in this industry.
Not for everyone.
For me, it is. Longevity is the game. I can milk it. I don't want... As much as I want everything right here and right now, and trust me, I want everything right here, right now. No, that's true though. No, because I need to work for it. And the longevity of it is what is going to make this path I'm on more beautiful than if I get it when I want it. You know what I mean?
Well, for sure. And I will tell you, as someone who's been here for over a decade, it's part of the reason I stay is I don't want to give up my backstage pass.
Yeah. Honestly, yeah, bro. I'm right there with you in the popcorn. Save me a seat.
It's just like, go back to civilian life and just,
fuck you, no.
The benefits of this life are rad.
Shit.
And the crazy part is I unsuccessfully worked in music before porn.
There's so many of us. Same here. I went to college to be a music composer because I wanted to make music for movies.
You still can.
I will eventually. I mean, I have one song in 2 different pornos because no copyright, bitch.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. I ran a small record label in the mid-2000s.
That's amazing.
Yeah. I am more connected and successful in music because of porn than I ever was actually running a label.
I totally believe that.
And most of it is just from dudes trying to fuck my friends. But is what it is. You get in how you get in.
You or your friends? Okay.
Both.
Sorry.
Silly story.
Hard to tell.
Well, yes. I am just a piece of meat over here.
Yeah, you are. Look at you. Those headphones. Net.
You can't even describe it. Look, I can't even do this bit well.
I almost said ball cap, and I was like, he's not wearing a ball cap, basketball cap, baseball cap.
It's okay. Alcohol's not happening.
I know sports.
It's okay. And this is not a sports podcast. No one's going to quiz you on that.
Why would I say basketball?
I don't know. But I hate to do it, Octavia. You know, we've been doing this for over 2 hours.
Damn, I did not know that. But 2 hours is a long time.
Oh, I'm sorry. This felt like it took forever. I'm sorry.
I'm like 45 years old.
I know, time has just slowed down and you felt yourself aging and your cells dying during this.
I'm already a MILF.
I know. The marketing already went out yesterday. But I'm going to call last call on this motherfucker and we're going to get you out of here.
Sounds good.
We will do this again at some point.
Sounds good.
I have to pour myself more if you want cheers again.
I will cheers with you. One last.
Or I can steal some of your champagne if you're looking to share.
I will share. Absolutely.
One more
I did not. I just kind of didn't think you wanted any. I just
look at you just assuming what you know what I want and don't want.
Well, you know what they say about making assumptions.
I don't know. You made a big one earlier.
Makes an ass out of just me at this point, but.
Oh, that's another thing that happens around here. Well, cheers. Thank you for doing the show.
Cheers. Thank you for having me.
My pleasure.
Mr. Slayer, thank you for answering my questions.
Okay, that's not hair. Never mind. But before we get you out of here, where can they find you on the things?
On the things. You can find me on Instagram at x.redclouds. And then on Twitter, you can find me at Octavia X Red. I always forget. I'm like, where's the X? Is it before or after the red?
And Blue Sky?
Oh man, Blue Sky. I think it's just Octavia Red.
You have a catfish already because like your catfish account followed me already.
That's rude. Let me look. That's so rude. I made it so fast to make, because I mean I love social media, but I'm really bad at posting every day. So I was like, okay, I gotta make it before someone makes one of mine. Yeah, I'm just Octavia Red.
Oh yeah, no, it was Octavia Red X was the catfish.
Yeah, screw that catfish. Fry him up.
Like they followed me. I'm like, wait a minute. I thought I was already following Octavia. Let me look. Oh, I'm like, oh, that's a catfish.
Serve him up with some grits.
I'll just ignore them. And actually, I think I reported them as a fake account. So
Okay, I think I'm one of the few people who doesn't really give a shit if people make fake accounts. If anything, it's
really
a compliment. But
No.
Stop doing it and stop scamming my fans.
that's the problem. People, it's big business to scam.
I'm so conflicted on that. I hate that they scam my fans, but at the same time, if you're stupid enough to fall for it, I can't help you.
Well, I'm not saying you should help them. I'm just saying you shouldn't enable people.
I can't help you with that.
You shouldn't enable people to steal money that should be going to you.
No, and if you're a true fan of mine, you know I don't go online begging for money. There's very rare times that I've ever advertised my Cash App. Very rare. I don't ask or beg for money. It's not me.
Well, unfortunately, people want to feel that they're exceptional and like, oh, Octavia is only reaching out to me because she recognized me.
No, I love you, but no. But I still love you. If she's mean, it's me.
Mm.
I'm just kidding. I'm actually really nice.
I don't believe that either, but she's been committing crimes this whole time.
Lovable crimes.
But until next week, drink up, motherfuckers.
Cheers to that.